Oh, yes. He definitely needs a carrot.
No, she doesn't need a carrot.
A carrot. Don't go that always a carrot. Oh, Biden.
Hello, Biden. I'm surprised you don't just grab like a whiskey Coke as your first drink.
This is here.
The other one has caffeine.
That's true. But
That's why every one of my first drinks, I like having a mixed drink.
But it didn't work today, so I'm not that tired.
Oh.
See, I do a job that tires me out. That's why I'm tired.
Actually, I am way more awake if I'm moving during the day. If I just sit all day and like, which is most of my job, even if I go into the office, I'm just like I get more tired from that than anything. So, got to be awake tomorrow though. I have to get good decent sleep because I got the big meeting tomorrow.
Actually, probably need to go to work tomorrow. Road should be clear by tomorrow. So.
Oh yeah, no, road should be perfectly clear because I think it's gonna stop in like soon, and then it's gonna be just whatever from there. Oh, I should. Why am I playing that? Oh, this should be that background music. Yeah, the lemon ones of the Arizona are okay. I don't think it's the best lemon tea I've had. The green tea one's much better, I think. Yeah. And then the peach is crap.
Did you even try it?
Yeah, artificial peach I'm more okay with. I don't know. It's more of like, I don't know, like regular peach tea. Just never doesn't taste good to me. I don't know why. But I mean, you add booze to it and everything gets better. Mm-hmm. Yeah, did I say hi, Biden? I'm going to say hi, Biden anyway.
I said hi. You don't have to. That's how it works. I already said that. Like we're waiting for something.
I don't like starting the stream and going boom right into things. I give it a couple minutes. Usually you're eating though.
No, I try not to eat in front of the camera anymore.
Yeah, I know, but you're eating so you're not down here.
Oh.
But I don't want to have it where I'm starting and then I start doing stuff because not everybody's here yet. So, anyway. I can start these. Hi. You're early because you were lazy today.
I was pretty lazy today, but I made you a sandwich. So.
A sandwich?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that one. Well, we're not doing that today. Man, I might get to it.
I was thinking to myself, I finished the cage and I finished the sandwich. He's gonna have to use one of the things I made today. And then you're like, nope. Dance.
No, because we started this one.
Yeah, I know. I remember.
But
she likes sandwiches though.
But so I yesterday just kind of felt inclined to work on stuff. So technically this is mostly done.
No, that is good.
So I did some work on it.
I see that.
It actually took quite
it's really good though. So bouncy. She's so bouncy.
So yes, so I the bounciness wasn't too difficult. It was, I just took, once she got to the like this position, I just copy pasted a little bit of whatever the mid idle one was here. That was it. And then I just, hold on, I gotta I'll maybe like do that one.
What is
and
happening
then
with her face right now?
It's transitioning.
She looked like she took a blow to the head. Big Derp. Where's Big Derp?
Oh, I was working on it. I had to start the program and then it got angry at me. Still angry at me. Okay, there, it's less angry now. There's Big Derp. There's Big Derp.
Big Derp.
Also, you could eat Hello Sunset.
Just sat down.
No, so originally her eyes were fully closed the whole time, and I didn't like it. It felt, she felt too serious. So I thought it would be better to make her kind of. If I just did that look the whole time, it didn't look happy. But if I go to this and have her all smiling, then there's kind of this implication that it's continued smiling. So I like that more. The only things I really have to do here is I have to play around with some of the tertiary animations on the hair and the tail and do the wings. And then I think we're mostly good with it.
Yeah.
So
here's your ghost fag. Ghosts when they die, if they're wearing any article of clothing, it doesn't necessarily go with them, unless it's a hat. So ghosts can have hats that they died with.
So they're like TF2.
Well, they just have whatever hat. I don't know if they have a stack of hats.
So if they were wearing a toupee,
yeah, that'll go with them. That's a hat.
What if they died by being hit over the head with a pan?
Okay.
Technically, the pan was on their head, so therefore it was a hat.
It wasn't a hat, though. Not a hat. It was.
Okay, what if they were wearing a hat as a hat, a tin or a hat or a pan as a hat?
Then yes.
Okay, so it's intent.
A pot.
Intent matters.
Intent matters. Yeah.
Okay. What if they were hit in the head and they said, "This is your hat now," and they're like, "Okay," as they died? Would it be like imprinted in their brain?
And then I suppose it would stay with them in the afterlife.
Okay, so now we have learned how to do ghost torture, right?
Oh, how would you torture ghosts? That's not torture to a ghost. The hat is meaningless. It's just there.
I want one of those little like colored ones with a spinny on top.
Mm-hmm. Die with a little beanie.
Yeah, a beanie, or yeah, is that what they call a beanie? No, it's not a beanie. That had a name, like an actual specific name.
I think it's just a propeller beanie.
All right. I don't think there's anything else. I think the thing that took me the longest here was trying to get the different limbs, because I wanted them to kind of like look a little wobbly, but then they were too wobbly and I had to back it up a little bit. Because like here, I originally had her like right hoof way too wobbly. It looked like she was like a sausage, and so I had to reduce it because I need to make it look like she was kind of still stiffly doing it to the beat. I also had to make sure that each of the legs were pulling in, because otherwise they were actually like sliding in underneath. Yeah, the eyes, I had the detail of the little eye squinties, and so yeah. I don't know. Last night I was kind of like 45 minutes like, I don't really like playing anything. I kind of actually feel like working on stuff. So I went to go jump it. I'll do a half-hour stuff. It took an hour and a half, I think.
It's fun.
Also, I felt like I didn't actually get that much done on this last time, so I thought I'd catch up. So the loop itself is from here to here. These are the...
That's the kind of dance you could only do in youth.
It should be the exact same. Yeah.
That's a I'm young and healthy dance. As I become older, I despise that dance. But I love that dance. Adorable.
Is this the dance you used to do by yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Is this the dance you do that when you hear Derpy on an animation? Because see, that was all the energy for your day, just for doing the expression.
It's like, no, I need to sit down. I need to lie down.
All right, so for the wings, I was thinking originally of doing the wings on...
I just leave them as they are.
No, they're kind of stiff. I did have to do a little bit with them because they're like right there. There's a little bit of clipping still, so I still have to do that, but that's separate. I only really have to care about left wings. Aren't chicken pox supposed to be red?
I don't. Sure.
Oh, what you reference? There. Okay, I got it.
All the white dots. Oh, he's seeing the bones.
Oh, yeah, on the motion. Well, it depends. If I have everything selected, they're green dots. Mm-hmm. So they're only white if they're kind of going into the future.
My wish to hug this horse is increasing after seeing this dance.
Oh, you're talking about these white dots. Yes. That's it. Okay. Yeah. Well, what concerns me the most isn't like, or being that she has some kind of disease and most of it's primarily in her mouth.
Yeah. And some of it's like floating off.
Yeah. And her eyebrows. Her eyebrows are full of disease.
Yeah.
Dirty horses. Actually, I'm gonna hide these because I'm not actually using this. That's actually a recommendation if you're working on a model and you know for sure that you're never going to use the open or the closed wings. If you go and look at the whole model, you have to look at them and they're in the way and you have to try to filter them out, like this whole thing right here. if you have them grouped right, and this is one of the main reasons that I kind of set up on my own groupings so that I could have specific groups like this. Just select those and just say hidden. They're not gone because you can still go and turn on show hidden and they're there, but then you don't have to see those dots. It's the same like for face. You can just go. I think you can do the same with the face. If you know you're not going to use these bones at all, you could just go hidden and now they're gone. It actually does come in handy to be able to do that. So if you don't have your file set up that way, you can manually do it. I think I have a download for mine somewhere. I update it on occasion.
Hello, ACLP.
Oh, yes. Hello, ACLP. How's it going?
You making a horse dance.
There's a joke I was going to say, but it would be inappropriate. Aha. We don't care. Wish you had Babs, but it'll be fun. No, that is fine. Actually, like last year, I was sad originally that I wasn't able to go to Babs, but then it was that literally the weekend of Babs that our basement flooded. And if we weren't here and we were at that convention, it would have been significantly worse.
I don't know that it could have been worse.
No, we were mitigating.
Yeah,
it would have just kept going. We would have replaced more carpet out there. More wall would have gotten covered, which would have been more potential mold. It would have been much more replacement of stuff. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we happen to be here, and so I'm very glad that we're here. Wait, is Babs is today then? Babs started today, isn't it?
On a Tuesday?
No, it's Friday. I'm thinking Friday. So yes, Babs starts in 3 days. It did start Thursday one year.
Yeah, I believe that.
At 6 p.m.
I mean, that's when that's right. That's going to registration the day before.
No, they had opening ceremonies like the day before.
That's almost a good idea.
Yeah, but except for then it kind of assumes that everybody's going to show up early. I kind of liked it that it was done that way, but actually I almost wish every convention would do it that way, because then we arrived a day early, which maybe for some doesn't work. Yeah. But then we went into San Francisco, spent the whole day there, then got back in the evening for opening ceremonies, and then let the rest of the next day be normal.
Yeah.
We didn't really spend it as a day to do things. That was great. We used a CG with 8 panels, 12 events. I've done stuff like that and I'll never do it again. It's exhausting and not worth the effort anymore.
He's admitting to getting old.
No, it's just there's so many things I want to do and I can never do it anymore because I'm too busy. And so I don't like doing that anymore. All right, we got to do that wing. Okay, so
I mean, I mostly just want to lock myself in my room and never see daylight again. So I think it's generally good that it gets me out of the house from time to time. I want to become a little gremlin who lives in the walls.
Gremlin that lives in the walls.
That's what I want. That's my life goal. I want to be like the guy who lives in the house that's all run down at the end of the street that the kids are afraid of. They think the place is haunted when they look at it. And they see me and they immediately run away. That would be the perfect life. Like, never have to deal with kids. Like, messing up my lawn because they think the house will eat them or something. I want to be the guy from Monster House. That's what I want.
Never seen it. I know we have it. And yeah, I know you're... yeah, I know.
What, I can't say it's a good movie?
No, I just love how anytime somebody says they insert reference to movie, insert somebody says haven't seen movie, insert person gives immediate opinion on the movie.
I wouldn't be making a reference to it if it wasn't a good movie.
I know, but that's why.
Unless it was a really bad movie.
It's exact. It works that way for any movie. I'm not
saying you gotta watch the movie. I'm just saying if you don't watch it, I'll come for you.
You want to be old man, and yes. Never cracker. Well, for a lot of the convention stuff, it's more of I've gotten to know a ton of people, and anytime I go to the conventions, I get to see a lot of them. But if the conventions are so busy, I end up interacting or spending very little time talking with those people or actually interact with them, and it's gotten to the point of frustration. And also, like, I think for Ciderfest last year, I spent like 3 weeks prepping for it, and then it was like, with other crap that went on, it just wasn't. I'm like, no, I'm done with it. So I want to be a person at the conventions.
I want to be a
from now on.
So cute. I think it's so cute. You made it so adorable. What a dance. He's so full of like energy, and
that was what it was. Actually, the hardest part was I didn't want it to feel rhythmic. I wanted to feel like there was muscles were contract and she was like pushing for all of it. Like everything was springy. Because like if you're relaxed, it's wobbly, but I want to feel springy, and that actually took a while.
Well, she's like,
so yeah, I'm very happy
into it.
I'm very happy with how it turned out. Also, the amount I had to put a lot of time into, like, one of the issues that a lot of people do is whatever the further a bone down is the parent tree to the absolute parent, it ends up being that everything pivots around that point. So there's a lot of walks that you'll see that people earlier on that like the center of body kind of feels stationary while everything else is like rotating around it. Here I put a lot of time into making sure that like her butt looked like it was moving separate from her body and like bouncing with things. I mean, yeah, I know you're doing the weird
I didn't say nothing.
But I wanted to make it look like that because it doesn't. All those other animations don't do that. It feels weird. It's a lot easier if there's a rig, but there's no rig.
Like how your mind went there, and you just blame me for that being the case. I feel used. I was just thinking about how they say if you want to stay young, have young friends. But like if I had a young friend who could just dance like this, I'd be like, nah, wonderful. But I wouldn't want to participate. No smooching. Smooching butts. Is that what we're talking about now?
What?
I don't know. The conversations are all muddled.
No smooching is not just for smooching. It's for anything related to, like lewdness.
But smooching isn't lewd. Smooching is nice.
No, they're talking about butts wobbling.
Yeah. The LVN models used to wobble a lot more.
No smooching.
Yeah, see.
No smoochings. That Argyle guy who makes those, like, you know, the horse videos, did this 7 deadly sins video where 7 random ponies get infected by like each 7 deadly sin, and the lust pony just has the ability to look into ponies' eyes and just force them to like be lustful towards each other. So that was the thing.
So that's the horse that you want.
Smooching.
That's the horse that you want to have be more
just shooting around. Argle. I keep wanting to say Argyle. That's only part 1, I know. I've seen it 2 legendary. I saw him. It was just an interesting character. Twilight saw what she was doing and she got a blushy face. Like, oh no, smooching. I felt bad for one pony that Twilight just smashed into the ground and gave her a nosebleed. I feel like the only reason she did that was so that he could claim blood in the video. So that he wouldn't get made for kids. Which, I mean, do what you're gonna do, but
no, I still don't agree with that process.
I didn't like the pony gun.
If we're going to be marked made for kids, I'm going to make sure that it's not allowed for kids.
Yeah.
Which is what I don't like, is now it's not a line of there's no longer E for everyone. It's E for kids, R for adult, no in between. Yeah. I don't like that.
Well, there is an in between. It's like a super fine line they have to ride.
But then it comes down to, if you're going to have to ride the line, it's either you make the decision or you let YouTube make the decision. Yeah. And in the case that makes sense, so you would want to be the one to have control of the situation. I just don't like that I can't make something that everybody can enjoy.
Yeah.
I have to choose which. It's either for adult or unmonetized.
Yeah.
Or not even unmonetized, like literally audience restricting.
I think YouTube's gotten a little less aggressive about it recently, but it's still like a looming threat.
For me personally, I haven't had a video marked made for kids for a long time, even for new content. But I've also been playing with tags and stuff. It's like, don't put in your tags, like, I don't put My Little Pony in all the tags anymore. I moved it away from the animation category because I mostly do comedy. So I just do that instead, because animation and comedy, which are put in the same category, are not the same thing. They're not in the same spectrum.
Yeah.
Animation's a type of presenting information, while comedy is a type of writing. Why are they the same? If it's an animation and it's funny, which do I choose?
Well, if it's not funny animation,
well, then choose drama or something else. Yeah. There's other ones that fit in that spectrum. So then why is animation the overriding factor? And at that case, then I can't be wrong. I'm just making my choice. It's comedy. I'm gonna go with comedy.
Big Derps. Sniff. You're gonna find whatever she's looking for someday.
Hello, Big Derp. Or find a better video platform. The problem is, you can say, like, there's other video platforms, sure.
Kinda.
But if your audience for that platform is 1/10 or 1/50th of the one on YouTube, but whatever it is that negative is removes half your audience, well, thing is, that's still half of an audience is better than the 1/10 of going to the new platform.
I do remember at the height of Horse, people were uploading their pony videos to Pornhub. Because pretty big audience there, and it is a video hosting site.
See, it's much better with the wings moving.
Yeah, but
I think it might be a little excessive, but she is very aggressively dancing.
She's super dance. I'm sure she snaps one of them.
It would be, I think, much cooler if she had their wings open, but if I did that, it would be like almost... It would be like somebody doing something cool, but then also like holding a flare. Yeah. Because you would be focused on the flare. Like, also, the wings would be way too big.
She doesn't like... Her wings are in the way all the time.
Yeah. But I felt like she still needs the wings because that's who she is now. So I kept them.
I still loved when she first got them and she was trying to sleep and she couldn't sleep.
I think that one should have multiple platforms for post videos. Well, when it comes to most videos, I can understand focusing on one platform because if you... A lot of people, when they're trying to grow and become something, they want to have a singular place because that's the place to grow then. Because then if you get everybody focused in one place, that grows the fastest. If you have it split up amongst other places, it means that compared to somebody that's focusing on one, now you're going to grow only slightly at a decent rate, maybe across multiple platforms, but you're going to be beaten out on certain platforms by people that specialize in certain things. It's the same reason that YouTube has been more and more focused on channels having more ultra focused content. Of YouTube only really cares about the people that do the thing that people like viewing there, and if they go and try to deviate and do anything else, they're almost punished for it. It's the same thing. If I started spreading out things too much, and if it was the same type of platform for video, YouTube type format, you would just be hurting yourself in the long run. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all those are other platforms that almost help drive you to YouTube, but it's not a YouTube replacement. TikTok is a different type of content. It's not YouTube content. It's not the same thing. So that having that spread out makes sense, but most of the time TikTok's revenue sucks. Twitter revenue sucks. All of that revenue sucks. So everybody's going to just try to force all their content to YouTube anyway. So I'm guessing Pornhub, you're meaning is a terrible place to look for pony videos. It depends who you ask. There's probably people already looking on there for other things, and then suddenly they're like, oh, look. This is pretty neat.
We should go there and type in pony and see what comes up.
Okay, well, we just lost one platform we can do content on. It would probably have a bot in the background that's like, that's a penis.
It's just that guy. Made him a robot now.
Okay, did I lock that?
Heyo.
Yet. Okay. And so people that don't know my method for how I do repeated animations, I should explain this too. So this is a lot. I would say a seamless animation. It means that from beginning to end, there's no way to tell that something is repeated. Apparently, I did not copy and paste.
I didn't say hello to you, Newfound Bernie. Hello.
All right. So the idea is that I copy it 3 times. And so everything that's in this middle one is technically what I'm going to consider my final version. So everything this. But when you're doing something seamless, it means that things are going to cross over this line and need to be repeated. So I basically will do it where anytime I do any action, I will ensure that whatever happens here, if it goes across to this area, I will copy this portion, move it to here, paste it, and then recopy everything across those 3 so that it's always seamless and nothing gets left behind. So, and I'll double check every now and then, just do a quick little shift click here where you can be separated from time and just make sure is anything snapping, and then we're fine. So that's why I do it this way. But then it means that technically with this portion, I could make it infinitely long.
Her sticking her tongue out reminds me of a story.
I felt like I needed to have the tongue sticking out.
Yeah,
should her tongue flop?
No, I think it's cute like that.
Yeah, I don't. I think
it's a good old-fashioned blip.
Thankfully, there's no motion blur, so it wouldn't really matter too much. But I feel like, yeah, if it was like floppy, you probably would lose track of what it is. Like, is she like holding like fruit by the foot?
No, that's a proper blip.
Yeah.
I remember when I was young, I had a dog, and he would always be panting. I'd just like to get on his nerves by grabbing his tongue, and then he would just give me this look like, please, no.
I think the irony is funny, and all new tech and content creators are still doing things the same way an old TV channels did before cable became mainstream. Probably because that's kind of what worked. Like, everybody's going to keep doing the things that work. And you actually, if it's not that content creators are doing whatever, it's the platform that is requiring it of them. The algorithm and everything is controlling how YouTubers make content, because what matters is driving viewership. And if YouTube suddenly tomorrow just said that chocolate was super important, I can guarantee you people that had nothing to do with chocolate would start making chocolate videos, because that's what YouTube is telling them to make. So it's YouTube that's kind of pushing it. And YouTube doesn't really direct content, but it could artificially kind of do that with how their algorithm works. I think the algorithm to them is still kind of a black box, because they set it up and let it run, and then it does its thing. But yeah, and before it was the same way. The market and TV executives probably set rules and put things in place, and then they just worked within the rules they set, and certain things came out of it. Okay, so there is a clip right here of her hair.
Back to the microphone.
Oh, I thought it sounded like liquid. I was concerned you were.
Rain's always the worst case scenario.
So wait, is that the only one that she? Yeah, that's the only one she has for her hair. Okay, so from.
I feel like this house has traumatized you.
No, it's
the past like year.
There's only so much. Because I don't want to deal with anything. I have to be reactionary for like another year or so. I want to be able to like get ahead. Don't knock things on carpet.
No, not on carpet. Carpet's fine.
That's actually one of the reasons that when I have things down here, like I like this cup because it's big, thick on the bottom, so the chance of me knocking over are minimal. And I kind of want to find my other cozy, because my other cozy actually is stiffer and wider on the bottom, so it just makes it wider and less likely to fall over. I don't like Kansas thing. That's also why I get rid of most trash too. I don't want to have that there. We have
that movie on the Plex. Have you seen it? Have you seen UHF?
No, not yet. But
it's a good movie.
See, that was different though, because you were asking the question.
Yes. You should watch it.
No, it is something I want to watch.
Other people.
But I also really want to punch you, so.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I am intentionally being, but.
You are a very good butt.
Yay. Life goals.
I don't know. That's a loaded phrase. For you youngsters watch UHF to get a good idea on how it used to be. Yeah, that depends, because that's almost looking into more Gen X, not even millennial. That's probably Gen X more than anything.
It's kind of Weird Al is kind of push. He's kind. I don't want to say it.
He's still cool.
He's still cool. He's a boomer.
When SF crashes, does it lose information? I've been working on sprites all day, and every now and then the engine I use will crash and lose all my work. So yes, but there's certain considerations you have to understand before relying on autosave. Does it autosave? Yes. So like if I were to go, I think you can change the limit somehow, but it's really just every 10 minutes. If I go to my user mod and I look in here, I am right now working on, I put it in the folder. I am working on corner follower. So I defaulted to show it, to open up an SFM for DMX files. You can't actually double click this to open it up that way, but I did it so that it separates the file look. Every 10 minutes, it will just replace this file, and this is your autosave file. So this is going to be all the autosave is exactly what your DMX file is with a different extension. If I were to go and rename this to whatever .dmx, it would open up just exactly the same. What SFM does though is, let's say that you were working on something and you were 9 minutes into working in it, and then and then you crashed and an autosave hadn't kicked in. If you were to say, oh, it crashed, I haven't saved in like maybe more, you saved 9 minutes ago and you did 9 minutes of work and had autosave hasn't kicked in. If you were to load that autosave, you would lose 9 minutes of work. So if I'm not sure when it was, I'll just open this up and say it says DMX autosave, and so I can see which of these are saved. I'll just compare the times. So like here, these two files from the subscriber one, it shows the autosave was 644, but this one was 647. It means there's 3 minutes of work or potentially something in the autosave, or that's outside the autosave. It means that I actually wouldn't want to load my autosave. It's older information. I might have had a different time, but just double check that stuff always, just to be sure if you are not sure. Because the moment that you load an autosave file, source deletes it. So if I go into a file and I say, it says, do you want to load your autosave? And you say yes, autosave gone forever. If you say no, I also think it's gone forever, but like this one is, sometimes it doesn't. I'm just gonna read them now, but it's kind of weird. So yeah, so yes, it does autosave, but you could potentially still lose minutes of data, and I wouldn't rely on it, because let's say you did a ton of work, you have like 5 hours of work and you haven't saved. If you load that autosave and whatever caused you to crash is still in the file and it crashes immediately upon opening, the autosave is still deleted. It's gone forever now. So if you've done 5 hours of work and you're like, this cannot crash if I open it again, just literally copy paste the autosave file, I'll do that, and just like name it like 2 or something, then open it. It'll delete your autosave, but if it crashes before or whatever, then at least you're safe. The file is there. You're good. So yes, if you have literally hours, which you get in the habit of saving, Control S, do that. But yeah.
I have a question for chat.
There's a new movie that's absolutely perfect for, there's a line in the movie UHF that's absolutely perfect for a Twilight short.
Probably. That's Weird Al. So it's their cheese sandwich in there.
Have you ever considered doing a class or seminar on something where people pay you You show them SFM, just a toilet idea for me. Is this a Skibbity reference? No. I've had people ask about doing class, like one-on-one sessions for people, and people have offered to pay. I've never really done it though, because what people want out of something like that sometimes isn't always what I would be able to provide, or maybe what I'm going to be. Some people just want like a magic trick to like suddenly like be good at something, and I don't want to feel like suddenly I have some expectation on it. So no, I haven't. And there's a lot of people that do tutorials on SFM out there as it is. I only do tutorials on the things that I feel like are the information either sparse or hard to find, or that I just literally am not able to find any information on. So
besides, I'm like his worst student already. So
but no, I've never done that. I actually had a potential chance to do a class with elementary kids, I believe, on animation, but I turned it down because I'm not classically taught. And what I mean by that is everything's self-taught, so I don't want to provide information to somebody that might go forward as this.
Elementary school kids,
yes,
not going to retain any of that.
But it's the same reason like a guitar school, a guitar teacher. If you've been taught guitar, a lot of teachers will be like, I can't teach you because first I have to teach you the way that I teach, and that means I have to undo everything you already know. And so it's certain things that I don't want to instill certain habits about the way I do things that aren't the industry standard. So there's that too.
Kids, elementary school kids in the future is just going to yell at a prompt, and it's just going to make the animation for them.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm going to be like, make that horse boop that other horse, and then it'll just happen. And then I'll do this, and I'll be like, I'm an amazing animator. But
also a lot of it's come down to time. If I were to take the time to do a lot of that stuff, any time I put into anything would be, if I'm going to put it into animation type stuff, it's just better put into doing more animation stuff. Doing all that help stuff would just be taking away from the time that I could put into that if I'm going to put the time into that. And I already don't put enough time into YouTube to make it a viable platform as it is.
Oop. This horse here needs boots.
Okay, so I think her back mane. Oh, there's some more clipping.
Well, it's through her hair. Oh, the hair is clipping.
Yep. I don't mind if things clip, as long as it looks like they're clipping. Like her mane right here is clipping back there, but it looks okay.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
As long as it looks like it's okay, like it can even clip up through the wing, but as soon as it starts looking like it's weirdly clipping, then I gotta stop it. Like there, technically, at the very beginning, there's a little bit of weirdness. So I'm gonna see if I can angle it a little bit different. Okay. I think I can make that do. There's not enough bones in the mane to like make it flop like I would want. If it had like 2 more bones on there, I could make it maybe wave and like go slap up and down against her neck, but it's not.
She needs more bones in her hair. Not enough bones.
That's an understandable position. Expectations do not often fit reality. I used to actually have people that would send me stuff and be like, hey, can you give me your opinion on this? But so I after like 2 or 3 occurrences out of like only a couple that ended up being where all they were looking was for confirmation that what they did is okay, or it's either the question isn't, is this good? The question is, how can I make it better? And they want like specific things, like somebody to wave a magic wand over it to make it better, or somebody that like overall just wants some kind of an opinion about something. They're not looking for specifics about anything. It's just like, look at this whole thing and try to point stuff out. And people also don't take criticism well. So sometimes I've went with someone like, well, you could fix this better. And then they're like, well, I did it for this reason. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, that's fine. And then I'd say something else and they'd start getting defensive on it. It's like, you asked for my opinion and I'm giving it, and now you're getting angry. Like, if you wanted me to say, yeah, it's all good. I can do that. But then you're just looking for a pat on the back. You're not looking for an opinion. It got super frustrating. So I stopped a long time ago.
I just wanted you to look at my sandwich so that you can yell at me, because I know you're going to yell at me for that.
Yeah, because it's probably not going to pop up.
No, it's going to pop up. It's just, I might need to go back over it because it doesn't look like bites were taken out of it so much as it was like sliced.
Wait, did you just flat cut it?
I know. I figured out all the things. I was in a rush.
If it's just flat cut, that won't work.
I'll round it out.
That's what I told you. I said,
I was figuring it out.
I said you just take a round shape and you cut it straight through.
It's kind of like a
3 or
party
4
platter.
times. Huh?
Yeah.
Then why didn't you send me pictures?
Yeah, that would have been a good idea.
Yeah, you rendered the whole model, exported it into SFM, tested it without even sending me pictures. If you had sent me pictures, you could have saved the whole time.
Well, I was figuring out how to do it.
I know. Didn't you say it would take you like an hour?
Yeah, it did.
No, it didn't, because it's not done yet. Because it needs to look like bites.
I will put bites in it.
No. Last time you did it, you were gone for 2 hours.
That was different.
No. I don't need it because there's other stuff.
You're doing the dance anyways.
Yeah, I'm doing
Cage
the dance
is
right
good.
now. I don't know. I haven't tested it. You said it was good last time too.
It's good this time. Yeah, Demani is. Makes me cry when I go to sleep.
Yeah, there are some terms, rules, and stuff in animation. I definitely know the majority, though, at least the major ones. Yeah, but it's knowing it concretely and to present them. Like, I did some panels on Animation 101 that covered a lot of the principles of animation, but I'm not an expert on the principles. I don't like animation. I like cinematography. I like using the camera. I like telling a story with the pictures. I don't like as much putting the things in the pictures, I guess. So, one criticism, but if you give it to me, I'll be mad. Yeah, that actually happens more than you want, or more than you would think. My favorite people, and the only people I really help with, is the people that say like, hey, so I made this thing, but I'm unsure on the lighting on this part. What are your thoughts? Well, then they're asking me to like narrow focus onto something and be like, like, this doesn't make sense to me and I want to learn on this. It's just when people are like, I made a thing, how can I make it better? Well, then sometimes I'm going to come with you with the list and it's going to feel bad. You're going to be like, well, what did I do? I try to bring up the positives of things that were done too, and also understandable of like, this is how far I am into working into doing this type of thing. So I have to take into account, like, is that somebody's skill level? Like, if somebody's been doing it for 10 years, I'm probably going to look at it differently than somebody's been doing it for 2 weeks. And that's tough.
Super early in the fandom, people always used to ask me, would you like to look at my fanfic and offer some opinions? And my opinions would always be harsh. And they stopped asking me after a while. I'm surprised me and Declan are still friends. For that very reason. Because his was rough. You know. Watch this.
No, I had the one person the one time that they did an animation, and I brought this up before, but it was with anthropomorphic models, and all of them were wearing bikinis. Ooh. And they were just doing normal conversation stuff. And I asked the question, like, why are they all wearing anthropomorphic?
Okay.
And I'm like, why are they all wearing bikinis? And they had lore. Mm-hmm. They're like, oh, well, because they're horses, they have a lot of hair, so that makes them very warm. And so to keep from overheating, they keep their clothes to a minimum and stuff. I'm like, I feel like that's just an excuse. Like, yeah. And he got very defensive. I'm like, that's sure, maybe, but why does it have to have like stripes on it? And why does it have to try to be like hot? Like, could you have not went other ways? And they could have still wore clothing that breathed that wasn't a bikini. And like, I feel like you were ready for that question. And that he got very defensive. And
the point is, horses should be nude.
That's kind of what it came down to. Of like, horses need less clothing, and I'm like, this is getting really the argument weird. You were making? But I also understand that there probably wasn't much clothing out there that was like making full clothing is kind of a task.
Tons of clothing,
but bikinis are really just take them out of the stair, cut them at certain edges, and enlarge it a little bit. And I know I'm talking from a position of not knowing.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, it's easier than making a flowing dress. or something, because there's a lot of other considerations in that. In terms of weighting.
Yeah.
Doing all the weighting so that, like, if the legs move or do this, how should the model interact?
Oh, that's
a bikini is super easy.
It's easy, yeah.
By comparison.
Point is, horses are hot. They can't wear clothes. That is what I took from that.
Yes.
I still want to put this horse in a dress because it would be super cute.
No smooching.
No smooching. No smooching. I want an episode where she's doing this dance and her mom sees her doing the dance, and then her mom joins in, and they're just having so much fun. Is
this another Pornhub thing? Because that sounds like a Pornhub thing.
This is dancing. Because
is there a pole?
No, there is no.
Wait, why'd you have to think about that?
There's no. I didn't think about what you just asked. No, because I always like that her adventurous side comes from her mom, but her like nerdy side comes from her dad. I think like they went into it a couple times.
I kind of want to add like some flappiness, the ears back around, but I don't know if it's gonna matter because with how fast she's moving, I feel like anything I do is just going to kind of just get lost. If anything, what I should do is just grab this, move it just a couple frames to the left, mainly because physics in SFM tends to lag a little bit.
Now I'm kind of sad. Didn't do more episodes with main characters just hang out with their parents for a day. They did with Fluttershy. Twilight kind of on a cruise, which was cute. They showed Rainbow's parents, but they didn't really show them hanging out together much. I don't know, it seems like one of those things that would make more characters more relatable, just like spending the day with their parents. I'll be right back.
Just grab me the last honeys. You want to dump out my ice then? Thank you. Pornhub? I think I said Pornhub, but I'm okay with that. Okay, like here it's maybe if I instead of going forward, it's just the I'll just do some of the big motions, but I'm not going to bother with some of the smaller ones. Okay. Going back is important though. It just feels like it happens so quick. If I spread it out too much, it doesn't work either. Yeah, that kind of works. Let's do that. Okay. the very beginning here should be more like that. It's minor. What am I playing at right here? I'm playing at 100 something, so it should be visible. I feel like it's like you hear it does this little motion. Let's see if I can fix that. There's like a little bit of a reverse motion there for a sec. Okay. I like the question that you guys have. If you guys think it doesn't always have to be about what's going on the screen at the moment. If you guys ever have questions on stuff, definitely let me know.
Oh, dear.
A little better. Thank you.
I'd pour it, but you know.
Michael. Oh,
I saw the big deer.
no.
The Danton. Can you load up a model of her, Mom? Just copy paste it.
Oh, look at
Love it. Wow.
No, these cans are just very full. Look at that.
That can is right up to
There is no air in this can.
quick pour. How many Argo points do I have to pay for you to like load up her mom's model and then they can dance together? Like
That's
cute
perfect.
mother-daughter dance.
Perfect.
Because her mother has to be in like her 40s, but she still acted like a teenager.
Big brother.
Yeah.
So how many years ahead is the brother? They were in the same high school together?
No, he was. I think
No, she was much younger, so they got to be like 6 or 7 years apart, maybe. Mm-hmm. So let's say that they had a kid in their mid-20s. That means that if she's in her 20s, they're in their 50s.
Yeah. No, I think she would have had to have been a young mom with Shining. She had way too much energy in her.
Yeah,
to be
reflection
in
of
her
bigger
50s.
size. No. God, I love this beer. The eyes are. Actually, I can show you right now.
Oh god, I'm so excited. Just can't hide it.
What you're seeing is this. So on the eyes,
Ooh, Twilight.
there is a slight bit of texture that they put over them that has, is it an environment map in it? I think. Yeah, it's an environment map. And all it is basically just, it's a texture that's meant to try to simulate reflections. A lot of games will put environment maps in, but the environment map is kind of specific to the area. So I could say like, this is the city environment map. And when you go up to, it's the same as a sky map, which goes into the background. It's the exact same type of texture. It's just put on the surface of a window instead. So when you look at it, depending on how you look, it'll look like it's reflecting something behind you. But most of it, it's not actually reflecting anything real. It's just reflecting it like some kind of portion of that like sphere. And so this is what you're looking at here. Is you're just looking essentially into a skybox that's in her eye. But you can shut it off on these models. If you go to set body group, there's an eye lens, and you just turn that off, and then boom, it's turned off. The effect is pretty minor. It doesn't do much, but it does add just that tiny little bit of detail to make it look like the eyes are wet. So if you actually look closely here, you can see that there's still that little bit of reflection in the eyes. That actually goes a long ways for making it look watery. It doesn't have to be like a strong effect. These big white spots are still needed if you don't put that on there. I did play a long time ago with eye refraction, which is an actual property within it. The problem with eye refraction is it uses the actual lights from around you. And more than likely, you're going to have for a shot, you're going to have like a light up here and a light over here and a light down here and maybe a light back there. All four of those lights are going to have a reflection in the eye, which isn't going to correspond with the actual lighting for the scene. So it works for games, not so much for cinematic stuff. This works much better. But it looks, yeah, this just looks way better than turning it off. And then you just get that flatter look. It's more cartoony, but I think it actually does improve things. So I wasn't sure about it at first, but I have grown to very much like it. There are some situations where I've had to turn it off or reduce it because it didn't work in that scene because of how the lighting worked, but most of the time it works. Yeah, I can do that sometime. All right. I think.
What are diamonds?
I love how she ends in. Is there anything I need to add to this?
Your mom.
Oh, I need the tail. I need to look at this. I don't like this part right here.
Which part?
This part. That doesn't look natural.
It's fine to me.
It's too robotic. It looks like it's pivoting. Like a chicken neck or something. I think if I do something like this.
Robot chickens.
Yep, that's all it needed. And then we'll do a little bit more going this way. Okay.
That pony.
It's still not perfect, but it's better.
Pony has like 7 limbs. One more and she'd be a spider. This is the follow dance. A lot of people need to follow to see this cute horse dance this cutely. Go get your friends, tell them to follow so you can watch the cute horse dance.
Yes, this is a follow dance. I was trying to figure out like some kind of music to play, but I was having actually a hard time with it.
Chicken dance. Sorry, but yes, definitely chicken dance. That's the kind of music Twilight would dance to because she's a corny horse, full of corn.
I could see that kind of working, but it's finding a version I can use.
Is this a chicken dance? Isn't that just public domain?
Yes.
That's why everyone can use it.
If you play it. You can't just take somebody else's playing of it and use it because saying that it's common use. No,
you just gotta find like a 50-year-old version of it.
Because it's the song itself is free, but it's somebody playing it at a concert. They have the ownership of that instance of it playing. So yes, you can't do that. How long do I have to unfollow before I can follow again for the dance?
That's a good question. I recommend everybody unfollow now so that you can follow again later to get the Twilight dance.
I would ask no. Because it actually...
Then why did you make the Twilight dance so adorable?
If a decent amount of people... Okay, you want me to make it less cute?
No.
No, if it might actually mark the channel as something suspicious if people were following and unfollowing or something. I don't know. That seems like somebody trying to abuse the system. But also I understand that might not work, because otherwise people could do that to be malicious towards somebody that they wasn't trying to be.
You guys will just have to pay for bots to come follow the channel during streams. And then they'll follow the channel, and then we'll get the cute Twilight dance.
See, that's different as long as it's not traceable to me.
Abuse the system. I feel like she might actually be better with the green screen than the blue screen.
No,
Very
actually
purple.
she was in there's a surprising amount of green in things.
Yeah.
But because the blue is so, I don't know, I had less problem with the blue by far. Twilight was in the car one. So I had no problem. I double checked it frame by frame.
It's purple.
Otherwise,
Purple.
yeah, Twilight is dancing. All right, now I want to make sure one thing. Now that I've adjusted that, there. That means that if to fix this part,
I kick her own tail.
well, it means that I either have to. It's usually just something like this. It's something that I need to push enough outside the camera range so that you don't see it. Yep, there we go. So exactly where this camera is cutting now means that when this tail goes this way, there's a little bit of a cut there, but it's enough that I can probably get away with it. And if I, you know what, just because we're already here looking at it, we're just going to.
Did she have a hat there for a second?
No,
Thought I detected a hat.
there. The only thing that kind of shows that it's clipping is technically the SSAO is kicking in, that little shading at the edge. Oh no. Wait, you just followed your other one. That doesn't, right? Yeah, so you already wasted it. It's not done yet.
No, I mean, you already have the dancing Twilight. Right now, she's dancing. Where go?
Yeah, you guys are seeing her constantly dance. Now you're like, we want more dance.
I want her and her mom so that we can have double dance.
I feel like you just want this.
Yes.
When it's like
scrunchy nose.
it's like Michael, do you know where her booper is?
Her hair.
And,
Found it.
It's right there. Right there.
It's a good booper too.
She wants the boobs right there.
She
It's
wants
like,
it.
no, this is Michael. Like,
I hear.
Michael, there's a horse to boop. Michael.
No, this is where you grab her tongue. And she's like, "Oh no, I'm helpless." No, what have you done? You monster.
She's got such a big booper. Oh yes, no, hold on. We'll do okay. This is Michael with the booper. Like Michael.
Booper. A booper. That's like the one thing they've added into that AI pony game. Just booping. So close. So close to booping.
It's so cool. It's
So close to getting booped.
No, I don't think there's any booping going on. Nope, there's still no boops.
No boops. Close to boop.
Yeah, but now she's kind of like sad about it.
Do they have a muzzle for ponies in this social
Yes,
media?
no, look at Michael. She's so sad. I guess, kind of, maybe.
No, so
She's like,
she wants a boop.
I pop a boop.
Want that boop?
No boobs though.
Ponies need boops. That's how they survive. Where their magic comes from. Juice box to pay. Something with the juice box. So full of cardboard.
Her leg is gone. It's fine, but the bones don't like being bent at.
Torn away from the body angles.
Yeah, they don't like being. No, any model does not want to be bent more than 90 degrees. Mm-hmm. If any single bone gets bent 90 degrees, it's going to start folding in on itself. Anything under 90 degrees is fine. No, I did realize that her mouth here
Doesn't have a carrot in it, I know.
No, it's more of when she kind of hits the bottom here. I'm going to have it open up just a bit more. And then...
Yeah, big derp.
Did we just have a big derp?
Yeah, we got lots of big
Oh my god, there's so many big derp.
I think they're getting a big derp as often as they can. That's perfect.
Oh, Helen Ashy. So she's the one that did the juice box.
Yes.
Hello.
The dork dance. Dork is dancing.
You know, we're doing dorky horse dance.
Doing okay. A lot of snow today.
Today?
Well, there was a lot. Yes. Oh,
There was a lot. No, there's a lot both days. We've got.
it's been about a foot.
Well, it's been over a foot, but not by probably much more. But it's been that wet, heavy, mushy stuff. So yeah, we're it's been bad. Okay, I don't think I can. I think we're done with this.
Yeah.
Is there anything you can think other than a carrot? No. In socks? In clothing? Or any opinion?
Wow. I thought those were all good ideas.
Because like her hair on her head, I think actually is pretty good. Surprisingly, I actually think it's pretty accurate.
Think about how rarely we're going to see this. Because nobody follows your channel. And so you should give her socks so that it's extra special.
I will put socks on her and we'll see, but that is it.
Hey. These little things. Gotta fight for them. Jellyfish. This is pretty good so far. They definitely need some color. What color? And little bows. I know you have the bows. Why don't you have the bows?
No smooching.
Michael, I think you know how this works. If you want me to if you want to push it, it's going to go badly. She's going to be on.
Give me the bows, though.
How flammable are socks? Because it looks like they're covered in oil.
Oh no.
Okay.
The blue look at it.
I kind of like the orange.
Really, it's like putting a hot color on a.
I think the
color,
red
though.
actually make probably one of theirs.
Going with the Christmas.
Blue's bad.
I like the blue. I just don't like blue because it's got the blue background. Also, your like favorite color is orange.
Yes, it is.
Personal biases. All right. Okay. Oh, Pete.
No, I was trying to remember the number.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Well, I'll just need the bows. What are you doing? All gonna put Rainbow Dash in the socks? Make her do the dorky dance. No, you gotta go get Rainbow. She can do the dorky dance and be dorky. Why are you threatening the horse?
You said you wanted a bow.
No, that's not what I meant. You know it.
I know it's not what you meant, but it's what you said.
See, Chad, he's evil. This is why you should unfollow so you can refollow to get more dancers. No, she's being forced to dance at bow point. No, keep dancing, horse.
Dance. Dance.
She's like, oh no.
It's faster, horse. Faster. Faster.
Keep dancing. He's like, yay, I'm gonna live. Oh, here's how. They were keeping.
If there's a special way to do a follow, which there isn't, you could do something different, but there's a punishment for turning in her book late. Mm-hmm. No, this is what she said to the librarian. Oh, she looked at me. She.
They did do a whole episode once where she turned in a book
Yes,
late.
but then she realized she hasn't took a shower in a while. So she's like,
Horses don't shower. Oh,
yeah,
she
I
can't.
know that's why she's self cleaning.
No.
Or it looks like she's trying to let out a real big fart.
It does. You have an animation for that too. I've seen
I
it.
do. Super farts.
Yeah. Keep that tucked away for when you need it.
It's the emergency fart. Okay. Where is it?
She dancing. She's dancing this evening.
What colors is it? B. It's Control Shift D to cut in After Effects, and so I always mix up the two. So I Control Shift D, and I'm like, I didn't do anything. I put this over here. If you don't cut anything that's at the very, very, very beginning of the shot, if you don't cut it first and then delete it, it's you could mess up some stuff using negative time. Those facts. Part with reverb.
Do you guys know those shots that they sometimes do in the mirror where they show the guy looking in the mirror but you can't see the camera? For those shots they use dead cameras, like the ghosts of cameras from beyond, so that they don't. It's like vampire cameras, they can use those too, but we're talking about ghosts, so it's a ghost camera. They tend to be a little bit more available than vampire cameras, so it's an industry standard. The souls of dead cameras.
Neat.
Yeah. But you know, cameras have ghosts. Now you know.
I just realized she doesn't have a way to come in and out.
Dance in. And she dance out. Put her left foot in.
I mean, I could have her fade in and out, but all the rest don't. I could have her just kind of like pop up and then pop out. Like, but actually then I don't even have to do that in SFM. I can do that in After Effects. If it's just gonna be slide in and slide out.
Kind of want you to give her the pacifier that the Ray pony had.
No, because that's more lewdness.
How is it lewd? Why is everything lewd?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it at this because then I only have to render like a second of footage, which is significantly less
Well, she
time.
could teleport.
No, because particle effect, that's going to require some kind of magical light particle effect, and I can't do that unless I do it in post. Because I can't do semi-transparent out of SFM.
Right.
Wait, no. We did kind of make that work. It still wouldn't look right. The magic effects would probably need to be bright, like a bright effect. I wouldn't be able to do that as SFM using a green screen. I would have to use something in post to make something brighter than it should be. So I don't know about that. Yeah, I'll have to think about it, but I don't. Magic might be kind of tough.
She spent her entire life learning magic, and just to get fairly adequate at it. And then Sunny shows up, doesn't take a single class, can already shoot lasers from her forehead and great sword.
She could fly. That's talking a significant time investment to have them fly in, get in position to do the dance, and then fly away. Plus, the amount of time it would take for them to get there and leave would probably be like 2 seconds at least. Transitioning in and transitioning out, that's 4 seconds, and a lot of these are 8 seconds long. So you're already spending a half the time just getting them there and out. So in that type of transition, where a lot of the other ones, the reason I have them flop up is so that it's like a half a second. I have to think about it. I could just keep it simple and just have her, you know, pop in. I like the idea of them actually like kind of popping in, because I could just do something like you know, she just that's her butt.
Oh, she did a barrel roll.
And she just comes in, she's like,
Yeah, that works, yeah.
probably put it a little bit different timing. Yeah, like I think like this, which is already kind of like coming forward. That actually works pretty good. There's just one problem with that.
What's that?
I can't just do the loop portion. I'll have to go and figure out the whole timing with it. So I will do that in a second. Is Twilight good at dancing? It depends.
I think she's pretty I think
Is this good dancing?
yes.
I mean, I don't know what else horses would do. And I can't be the judge of good dancing because this is probably what I would do. It's like doing the hokey pokey. It's like you put your left leg in, you put your right leg in, you put your left leg in, you put your right leg in, repeat forever.
She's having fun. This is important.
No, anyway, I need to go use the restroom though. So
What do that for?
because booze. So I will be back in 1 minute.
What thing? I just sit here until you get back. Sit here. Fucking the mom in this. What's the mom's name? What? Neville. What's that? Mom's name. It was guys help me. We're running out of time. Oh, whatever. Yep. It's say, you can't just brawl at me. Not say. Get a little pip. Coming back. Oh no. running out of time. I accomplished nothing.
You said you don't do anything.
I didn't. That's why I accomplished nothing.
It's always, I never come back to you just looking forward, talking, chat. No, it's always staring at the door with a shit-eating grin.
Chat wasn't very helpful. I kept asking the name of Twilight's mom and they couldn't tell me.
Velvet?
Isn't it Velvet?
Twilight Velvet, I thought.
So I typed in Velvet, but all I got was that dumb deer. You know, I have her model. Twilight Velvet, yeah.
Did I out
Velvet.
trivia horse with you?
No, I knew it was Velvet. It just didn't come up. You must
What's the
not
father's
remember.
name?
Nightlight.
Okay, well, it's right here. So that's cheating. You get kicked from the class. So this is all you did with Pip.
Snickers spin.
What is this? Is she trying to get a drive-by? Oh, that means smooching. It's like an attempted murder.
Attempted smooch.
Oh,
no, I
fine.
didn't use the restroom.
No,
No,
bruh,
no
no way. What are
smooching.
you doing, bruh? Yeah, that doesn't look at my time. This morning I was watching YouTube, working on my art when the entire computer froze. I thought I did something wrong, so I decided to let it die while I was at school. Ooh. My work computer, that laptop, I'm pretty sure it's a standby issue. But if it goes into standby for much more than like a couple minutes, probably no, maybe a little more than that. It will, maybe it's the deeper standby and what's doing it, but the whole computer will crash to the BIOS to where it requests that I put in the service tag, which I do not have and should have been put in at like manufacturing. And I have to like bypass that to turn it back on again. Like, I don't know what's wrong with that thing, but there's something wrong with it. Every now and then when it does that too, it will open up into like manufacturer test mode where it will blink the screen red, green, and blue, red, green, blue, and white, like 7 times each, and before letting me proceed to operating system. It's actually one of the reasons on the laptop that I have it set up where if it's unplugged from power, or not, it's unplugged from power. If I close the lid, it never goes to standby immediately or shuts off the monitor. It literally just keeps running as normal. Because if I were to go to a meeting at work and pick up my laptop and close it and bring it there, it would be crashed before I got it open again. So it's so stupid. Did you do anything else? I don't have to worry about you breaking anything else. Okay.
No, you weren't gone here long enough.
I wasn't pooping. I just
Need to poop. Need to poop more. It's unhealthy not to poop.
sure, but there's certain I didn't need to poop now. It's
Get
not
back in there. And you poop right now.
Sometimes you just gotta reach deep down inside into yourself and find that poop.
You gotta get it. Achieve the dream.
What is your dream, little Timmy? I wish to be an astronaut. What about you? Please have us. What about you, Jimmy? I want to poop. I haven't pooped since I was born. Is that why you're such a large boy?
This is filling up half the classroom. Yes. And just full of poop.
Having 2 minutes before I had to leave for school, so I didn't have time to see if I would unfreeze. Oof. Thank you, Edward.
It's amazing.
All right, so when she comes in, she needs to be, this is actually I think already perfect. But it doesn't have it continue. I did save the keyframe version of the Twilight too, because I wasn't sure if when you start blending things, if you don't save the keyframed version, you can't really revert back to what your timings would be to try over again unless you can undo. But if it crashes, undoing is gone. So if you have something complicated to do, save the keyframe. Okay. I'm just not right here. These bookmarks aren't correct.
Hmm. And move no bookmarks.
I think that's correct. Okay, that looks correct.
Well, me, I was just sitting here being a good lad.
Not like you've ever crashed my SFM while I was away.
No, that's because half the time you got a video that's always on the precipice of exploding.
Usually, yeah. It's not my problem. I manage my explosions.
Yes.
You are the explosion.
You're like, okay, everyone, this is on the very edge of blowing up and killing us all. Nobody mess with it. Now I'm just gonna go to the bathroom for a minute and everyone's dead. No.
Wasn't there like that psychological experiment they did with kids where they'd be like, they put a plate with cookies in the middle of the table and they're like, no, we'll be back, but don't eat any cookies until we return. And their whole thing was to see how long it took them to steal a cookie. And the amount of kids that literally would not even wait a single second. The moment that door was shut, they were at those cookies. like, all right, now kids, there's cookies on it. Don't touch them. Don't touch them.
Pulled from a group of children who aren't used to being told no.
If I were to put you in a room and I said, okay, Michael, we're going to be back in a second, but don't boop any of these horses. We would find you literally laying on your back on the table, cover the horses, booping them. And we were only gone for 3 seconds.
But as a kid with my parents, like, when I got in trouble, I got in trouble.
Oh no,
I'd be terrified of touching those cookies.
That was the rule. It was, all right, we're gonna leave and we're gonna be back in 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. If you do not eat any of the cookies, oh no, it was like one cookie that was there. If you do not eat the cookie, we will give you 2 cookies. Mm-hmm. And the vast majority of kids would just take that one cookie, even though it meant that they would lose 1 cookie in the future.
Maybe they didn't want 2 cookies. I don't know. Maybe the kids are watching their figure.
What is this, Honey Boo Boo?
I don't know.
Damn kid, you fat. That's Michael's words.
I'm not saying that. The kids,
that's what you
not
meant.
all kids want to just cram cookies into their mouth, I imagine, until they explode.
Yes, those are the kids that have never had a cookie. Yes, if they were born and raised at a monastery, sure. When the body of Christ is the most they've had in baked goods.
You'd have a cookie and be like, that's enough for me.
We'll just break up the cookie just so I'd have something to do. It is a kid sitting in a room with nothing to do with a cookie on the table for 10 minutes is an extraordinarily amount of time for a kid.
I was a kid, though. If the adult said, don't eat that cookie, I would not eat that cookie. Because I'd be either terrified I was going to get punished for eating the cookie, or I would want them to be proud of me so I could have a shitting dream about what a good kid I was.
Wow, you're a brown noser.
Maybe a little bit. The point is, like, I wouldn't want that cookie nearly as much as I would want the appreciation of the adult.
How old are those kids? I think they were anywhere from like 8 to 11. They were like, I would say prime kids. I bet
you anything those were like upper middle class kids. Because like, I would have gotten beat the crap out of if I took that cookie.
By adults?
If I took, my family, my parents.
One of my favorites was there was like some TV host that was in Europe, and they did a thing where they were showing kids how chicken nuggets were made by like throwing the whole carcass in and grinding it up and whatever. And they're like, it's disgusting. We don't want that. And then in America, they do the same thing, and all the kids are like, I want one! I want one! The chicky nuggies! Even though they just made them themselves. And to look at the guy's face afterwards, like, what is wrong with these kids? It's America. It's America. It's doesn't matter what's in it. If it's shaped like chicky nugget.
American kids are kind of conditioned to enjoy violence because it's fun and cool.
I don't no. I don't think it's not that. It's they don't care what's in it.
It was definitely that when I was a kid. Like,
well, I don't think an 8-year-old's going to be like, oh, wait, that chicken nugget was made through the brutal murder and destruction of a court.
But if you watched like things dying on television,
but eating is a different
definitely. That's why people are into like WWE wrestling. Do you think they have that in Europe? They probably don't.
They do.
Do they?
Yeah, one of
like watching people get the crap beat out of them and bloodied up. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. W is an American professional wrestling promotion in Stamford, Connecticut. Blah, 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 blah. But I believe
in the United States.
Yeah, hold on. In 1989, the WF held their first WWF UK event and aired exclusively in UK from 1991 to 1993. Similar UK broadcasts for UK Rampage, whatever.
So it lasted 2 years.
No, for 1999, they ran a pay-per-view from the UK as WWE Rebellion. All these events are UK events.
Yes.
All the way. The last one was in 2023.
Yes. But those are far
and 2022.
That's America seeing if
no, that's only them trying
interested.
to that's trying them trying to monetize it. They also did some stuff in Saudi Arabia, but that's for a very different reason.
Humans.
No, wrestling has nothing about big guys beating each other up. It's a man being able to watch a soap opera and not feel bad about it. That's the only reason that they exist.
About it.
No, wrestling is fun. It's just I'm not invested in it like I used to. Early 2000s was best time.
I enjoyed it when I was little.
You get like the Dudley Brothers and
because it was cool watching guys
Mankind, The Rock, the Stone Cold Steve Austin was still in there for a while. The Undertaker came back. Kane. That was the best time. Okay, so we need her to flop in.
They used dark and white meat before they went all white meat.
They only went all white meat because
there's like a health thing with white.
No, because when it came out, what they were actually doing, suddenly, they probably just dyed all their meat. But they basically were saying, well, we have to, and then people were like, well, these don't taste as good. Well, yeah, because it was probably half fat before.
Yeah,
it is healthier now, not healthy.
Because the dark meat is the meat that has been basically soaking in the grease.
When it was mixed with it was disgusting. It is okay. It is not something that I would definitely want to eat nowadays, but it definitely did have its own taste.
When I first started at McDonald's, it was still the mix, and then they kind of changed over while I was working there. We didn't notice. It was the same. Just kept selling chicken nuggets. There is a difference in the taste, though. As far as I know, the burgers were always 100% beef.
I think the old chicken nuggets tasted better on their own. Not tasting better and actually being better, not the same thing. But the all white meat works better with dips.
Yeah.
I think the it's a better base because they're a little drier. The dips then definitely add something more to it. I like them with the dips. But also, I just don't order chicken nuggets. I'd rather order chicken strips or something. I mean, those are still probably processed in some way.
The burgers were always made with beef. Back in the day, it was way cheaper. Beef was cheap. Back in the 90s. It's expensive now. It wasn't like it is now.
Is this a little too long, actually?
No, I like the horsey dance. Dancing.
No, this is actually, I think, kind of long. I might reduce it to like 7. No, because like, let's say you get like 3 follows in a row. That's 20 something seconds as it is. It doesn't sound like a lot, but it does. I feel like it might be a bit much.
I think it's only going to pop up Rarely anyways.
Okay, sure, I will leave it.
Okay.
Because I can't really see it being a negative thing to be left. All right, now do we have her flop back out? If I do, it'd probably be more like... Be like...
Last time I ate Chick-fil-A was at a funeral. Derpa dance. I wanted to see her dance with her mom, but I don't know that he has her mom's model, which is just wrong. Because his mom's adorable. Bet you got Rainbow Dash's mom.
If I have Rainbow Dash's mom, it was for a reason. We were doing something.
I just think she's better. You need to put them up close to one another.
Whose mom is adorable? If you're asking Michael, he would say all of them because they're mares.
Yeah, true. Even Scootaloo's mom, even though she's kind of a bad mother.
But what about her aunts?
They're cute.
So which one's cuter?
They're all cute.
No, one's got to be better. Which mare is the most cutest?
Scootaloo's mom's really cute.
Over Derpy?
No.
I said which mare is the cutest? And you say Scootaloo's mom is the Scootaloo's mom is compared to Derpy.
Derpy is cuter than
No, I didn't ask that.
Misunderstood the question.
Well, not my fault.
I think it is. You framed it poorly.
That's definitely on Michael. Yeah, see, there's also that.
Yes.
Stones are cool.
No. I see you quoted me, Sir Edward. Amazing. It's true. Chick-fil-A apparently does a thing where if you ask them, they will provide free funeral food or other church event foods for free. Like, it's just like a sandwich.
I can eat for free forever if I just keep murdering people.
Yes. And attending their funerals.
And attend their funerals. Well, what else am I going to do? I got to find my next victim.
For one more sandwich.
The only connecting element is everybody that's went to the next funeral has died at the next one. I'm like, well, there's been one guy that's been there for all of them. Yes, but he's been really nice. He got free Chick-fil-A. Everybody was very appreciative.
No, my family tends to be of the very poverty stricken, so they know the in and outs of ways to get like things done without having any money. It's very somber. Like, we're gonna have sandwiches after the funeral. I'm just all unwrapping like these pre-made Chick-fil-A boxes.
We're gonna have Grandpa tonight. Grandpa tonight.
It's like, okay, well, this is what we do. Family tradition.
Grandpa was never one to waste.
He put this in his will. He said,
I mean, technically, you're talking about how your family was poor and didn't have money and whatever. But wouldn't that be, to me, the best way to save everything? Just recycle.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no. Which one?
Absolutely horrifying.
Which one is it?
Yeah, no. Yeah. I mean, you're right. You're correct. But no. I just want to watch the horsey dance. Then I want to see her smooch another horsey who's also dancing. It looks like the floor just gives out from under her. Like she's like, no, the sinkhole.
That would actually be a funny way to end it. Like if suddenly something go down, she's like, ah!
That's horrible. horrifying.
Slowly being pulled down, like literally the last 3/4 of it is her just trying to climb up.
Don't make it tragic. No, I said it looked like
it tragic. No, she's going to the boop dimension.
The boop dimension, huh?
Yes, where you get all the boop.
Well, but you said she's screaming.
Well, yeah, because she knows you're there.
Ow.
Anyway, so this is still repeatable. I can grab any part and just make it still loopable forever. But I think we can call that good. It'll come on. The only thing I haven't figured out yet is, say that text pops up. I'm unsure how to ensure that that text is readable. I can put text on there. I had to play around if I can shade it or do something to try to make it so that it stands out from the thing behind it. I thought about, like, you could pre-bake something in that would be where text could go over, but if you have a small amount of text or a large amount of text, it would maybe not fit or be too much. So I need to figure out that too. I've been rendering them out. Like, I have all these ones are here, all the bits ones and stuff, like they're there, like they're all rendered and stuff. I just have to
why she gotta explode?
The drums.
So this is so cultured. Very cultured. Sure.
The keyboard one. This big derp. Kitty.
Okay, derp.
And then I got the pool one.
This splash, she's taking a bath.
And then the typewriter one. It's very serious. Very serious derp.
Go write that paper.
So those are all done, and I didn't do any overlays with it because I can add it later. I just thought I'd at least get that part done. All right. But this one is, I think, done. I think you missed it. What did you miss? The splashing derpy one. These will replace the derp or the bit emotes, or not emotes, things later.
I think he needs to see that one again. Didn't see it enough. That one's super cool. But he missed it.
Cool.
Look at all those subs. That gives you Rathalos still.
Oh, good. Oh, that is a. Yeah, well, yeah, because I haven't updated him yet.
Yeah.
I will be, but thank you very much, Edward, and thank you. Congrats to Stingalactic, Lunar Guardian, ZS3000, Donnie the Dingo, and Shellspin. Dang, it skipped someone. Did it? Was it supposed to do that? I'm not sure. Actually,
still got Rathalos just screaming.
We don't have a sub one yet, though. That we're working on that. But thank you very much, Sir Edward. You can have your derps now. What, the derps? Oh, the emotes. Oh yeah, because a lot of those emotes are locked into the thing. We did add a ton of emotes a while back. No, not a while back. Actually, just a couple weeks ago. But thank you very much, Sir Edward.
Yes.
Fantastic. So, boy, you got the Rainbow Cup too. You've been subbed many times before too.
Should definitely give her a carrot before you close it out.
It's gonna be shoved in her ear.
Oh, she want the carrot.
So we're gonna have a sub now. My swimmer doesn't. Or is that, were they on that list? I don't remember what I said. No. That's fine. Having the emotes is fun. Actually, so you know what's funny? Can you guess which emote? You probably don't even remember what emotes. Which emote is the most used outside of our channel? Because you can use other channels' emotes on other channels. You know which one is used the most?
Outside of our channel? Of your emotes?
Of all the emotes I have.
The Rainbow Dash. Derp Face.
One. I'm going to see if I can pull up the list here. Yeah, so here's all the emotes. You know, on this list, which one is used the most?
Well, it's kind of saying, isn't it? It's the booze. No.
No, that's just saying that's the first one
Please
I put
don't
on.
tell me it's Michael Pog.
It's no smooch.
No, you need smooches.
It actually told me recently. The number one used outside right now is no smooching.
You guys use it.
It used to be Derp Yay or Derp Dash.
No, no
I like
smooching.
those.
You
You guys are like spreading your no smooch agenda.
It does allow 13 more animated emotes, but I tried to bring in some of the ones that I already made, and they were too big. I need to scale them down or something. And then it does allow 2 more for. We're using Twitch alerts. Oh yeah, I can unlock that, but I don't want to use Twitch alerts. So, and then there's these 2. I can't really change this one for Dolphin and for tier 3 anymore because that's Jurassic likes that one. And I haven't added these. There's also these ones for bits, but I don't know what to add on there that feels like it would actually be like worthwhile. But anyway,
just pictures of butts.
Yes, then no smooching.
No.
It only counts on the counter for any that are used outside of this channel, though. That's why the Derp Yay made sense, because that's probably useful. But
It looks super cute because it sucks.
all right, so we're gonna call that one good. But now,
If you do the sandwich now, I can just put the bites. You can at least look at it and see if the bites are in the right locations, and then you'll just copy over it later when I do the.
you
proper
see that
bites for
it
you.
does sometimes not match up exactly when you start replacing it a lot.
You said you wanted a picture. This is better than a picture.
Okay, well, I'll go grab the model.
And then I'll just copy over it. It'll take me part of the night. Won't even take long. Just put the cuts in a different place. It's figuring out the QC file. That was the hard part. Might as well do the cage too while you're at it.
No,
No,
where's the textures?
it uses the textures from the sandwich that's already on here. Uses the same texture. As long as you already have the other sandwich, the sandwich will work.
It's a weapon. You
Originally
gave me a weapon.
a weapon.
Could just drag it in here, but I don't want to have it magically do something.
Big derp. Big. Oh, this is cool.
No, it's not.
That's not cute.
No, weapons, C models. So weapons, C models. And then it says to put it in C sandwich. There's no C sandwich folder.
Yeah.
It's within the C models folder, not the C sandwich. You created that folder based on probably what the textures had.
Yeah, I did.
So
So drop the C sandwich folder in there.
So that's not going to replace the one that's already here.
It's going to replace. No, it's not going to replace the one that's already in there.
Because this is workshop folder, which means it's dynamically controlled.
I don't want it to replace that one.
I know, but it's
own
putting
model.
non-dynamic content in a dynamic folder. That's where it's.
It'll be fine.
No, I'm saying I'd usually, if it's something like that, that's going to be not replacing the original. I'd prefer it to be in a different directory. But I guess we'll leave it where it is. Okay, it's going to make its own folder.
Mm-hmm.
Because he says it would be to replace. And that's what I was like.
No, it's not replacing the sandwich that's already in there. When I update it, it will replace this one. Also got a virus in it. It's gonna eat all of your points. All the stallions, anyways. If you just type in sandwich.
Yeah, I'm just making sure. Textures. Baguette.
Mm-hmm.
Someone calls it, you all must have working with this. Oh my god, yes.
Just go with that sandwich. Like just tasty sandwich.
I can't even remember the size. Like the main thing that I have on my Q drive is SFM. I really don't keep much else there. And on a 2 terabyte drive, it's this full. SFM is not eating up all of it, but it's eating up probably up to maybe here. It's well over a terabyte. But my biggest problem with doing that though is it feels like a drive that has a bunch of crap thrown into it but can't be defragged. So it's like a mess that is constantly increasing in entropy, but I can't clean it without destroying access to some stuff. So I'm going to have to forever just deal with it. Michael, this is not what I asked for.
No, that's not what anybody wants. That's a waifu stealer. He's a cool waifu stealer, but he's still a waifu stealer.
Are you trying to say, wait, you're saying Weird Al's stupid?
No, I'm not saying he's cool, but he is a waifu stealer all the same. Steals waifus, gets all married to him, has kids. Nasty. I think you might have to rescan or reload.
The thing is, it's the exact same name of file.
No, it's split.
Oh, it's called split? Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's sandwich underscore split. Texture didn't load. What did you do?
That's why I was checking. None of them loaded. They're not connected. When you added that model directory, it probably added that directory to the materials folder too. So I was checking those things.
All right, well, this is testing. Works on my computer.
It's because you probably made sure that everything was in the right place.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm trying to pull from file directories that haven't been touched by things that you were manipulating. Mm-hmm. And when you exported them, it might have moved them to the correct locations where I don't have any of that. It's actually one of the reasons that anytime I've ever put anything on Workshop or anything, I first gave the file to somebody else that says, install this and let me know if it works.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, it's failing.
Yeah, well, try the cage. If it's failing too, then I need to know.
Because like this right here, it should be the directory that the textures are at.
Yeah.
So if we go materials, models, C items.
It wouldn't be under Word. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's not under Workshop.
Yeah, you're
models. Weapons, C items. And I can't see the texture names because if they error out, they don't load.
Should just be the same as the other sandwich.
It's what it should be and what it is not the same.
I'll be right back.
No.
I pee.
Oh, okay. You literally peed 20 minutes ago.
No.
See, now he's all anxious. Got a mid laptop. I can handle low mid animation. SFM is old enough now that if you have a mid laptop for today, you can run SFM without issue. Yeah, you're not gonna be. It's not gonna run amazing in some circumstances, but it could run it perfectly fine. It's SFM is 10 years old. You saw him a little goofy. Yeah, usually this last one here, unless it's the end of this one, no, it got truncated. Usually is the name of the texture where they are, but I don't know the names of the texture, and that's what comes to be a little bit more difficult. Okay, well the sandwich is broken. We can just use this base sandwich to work from though, and then just deal with the rest later. So no, I can't fix it.
You can just load the texture from that sandwich onto it.
No, I can't.
Yeah,
because it's the underlying QC that needs to probably be fixed. I can't fix that. I don't. The textures that it says are already there, but I don't know what the textures are called or everything.
Same as that sandwich.
They are. They're already where it's saying there to be, and they're not working. So I can't fix it.
It's weird.
It's a black box once it's encoded. I can't touch it.
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
No, you need to delete the files, or you export them to a different directory that doesn't have those textures in them, so that you can figure out what should be there and where they should be. That's yeah. I usually will export to like some weird directory, and
I'll just have it use its own textures.
That too. Why didn't you do that?
Because this was more efficient, and it worked on my computer.
Did it? Was it more efficient?
It was a more memory resource efficient.
Who cares? It's like a couple megabytes. It's like a kid trying to eat food their parents are trying to force feed. No, that would be
Now I want to go fix the sandwich.
there when the parents are trying to force feed.
No. She saw bologna on that sandwich. She don't want to eat it. Those are her friends. That was the discussion we had in regarding the sandwiches, if I should take the meat off and replace it with hay. But he said no because he wants Derpy to eat pigs.
No, that's not what I said.
That was implied.
Michael, stop being a fat liar.
No liar.
Stupid liar.
So I can.
I love eating meat.
Then I can put hay on the sandwich if I'm such a liar.
No. Derpy likes bacon.
No.
Bacon is delicious.
Your friends are horrified.
My friends are delicious.
No.
When I was younger, I had 12 friends. Now I have 4. What a full belly.
No smooching.
This is like such a judging face.
The face she gave Trixie.
Those eyes.
Look into the very soul.
Michael.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Ready to fix the sandwich, Derpy?
I will eat in one bite. Single bite sandwich.
You can fix the sandwich.
No, I think I'm gonna have to just slide it in. You already
Run upstairs and fix the sandwich.
No, you wouldn't be back.
I'll be back in 10 minutes.
No, you won't.
Give me 10 minutes.
No, it's because by then we're not going to be able to do it. We're just going to deal with it as it is. And then if you can't get it done by then, I'm just going to have to scrap the whole thing. By next stream.
No, I can get it done by next stream.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Because if you can't do it, then I'm just left with the nothing sandwich.
You're not letting me go do it.
No, because last time you were gone an hour and a half.
That's because.
And you gave up.
No, I fixed it.
No, you gave up that day.
Please test the cage before the stream.
No, I'm not doing it on stream because we're not working on that right now.
But before stream,
on the subscriber one. Derpy needs
finding these things out during the stream.
Yes, when I need them. But I don't need the cage like at the time that the cage pops up.
No.
Are you done with your beer?
Yes.
We need more booze.
Okay, I'm gonna go upstairs.
But I need the booze.
Yes. I'm gonna go upstairs.
Bring me booze. Bring me booze. I wish I had more honeys. This is from Oliphant Brewing. I need to figure. They're local, I think, aren't they? Oh, Somerset, Wisconsin. Damn, I thought they were closer. I really like this one. I mean, it's backwards, but I don't know why it has a picture of French toast being zapped by eyeball monsters, but really good. It's like drinking the milk that's left over from a bowl of Reese's Pieces cereal that soaked it in. You live in Wisconsin? Yeah, I'm in Minnesota. But I mean, I'm like 45 minutes from Wisconsin border. It's just Minneapolis area. But I don't know where Somerset is. Where is Somerset? Feel like close. Somerset, Wisconsin. Oh, that doesn't look close. Actually, no, that's not too bad. That's only an hour away. Okay, that's not so bad. All right. So for sub, Derpy needs to eat the sandwich. So the questions are, how does she acquire the sandwich? She's going to take 3 bites. Is she happy or aggressive with the sandwich? And how does she come in and go? So the big question is, how does she want to acquire the sandwich? Do we give her a plate? Does she come in holding it? Does anybody have ideas? Worms the sandwich. Gets it from her main and semi-aggressive eats it. Oh, like kind of pulls it from behind her. Okay. Not from her main might be kind of hard because I'd have to. I wouldn't be able to if I pulled it from her main like vertically, like it looked like it's coming out of her head, not her mane. If it came from the front, I'd have to be careful on clipping. All right, later, Sisman. She could open her mouth and the sandwich comes out and then she eats it again. Come from the fridge. Most fridges open from the right, which based on this circumstance would actually make that kind of hard. And let me see. I have an idea with that it might actually work. The problem is to really make it work, I would have to have a fridge that opens and shuts, which already looks minimal. This is, I think, the only one that is an open and shut fridge, and I'm looking at it as a wireframe. If I can see interior, it's an open and shut fridge. If I don't see an interior, it's because it doesn't open. But I would more than likely have to look at it from behind, and this doesn't look fridge-like. I thought about having it come up, her opening it, and then it comes down and the sandwich is there. I could do something like this, but the interaction for it would be kind of difficult. It does open, but this is kind of... Who makes a fridge like that? It's kind of stupid. That hinge is not going to hold. Yeah, I don't, for what's available, I don't, and what things look like, I don't think it would work.
That should be.
Okay. I actually thought you were going to bring like a tea.
Oh, look, you just got a message.
Is it the sandwich?
Might be the sandwich. With the texture files included. Still might not work. I didn't have time to test it. So you know.
Okay. It is a much larger file. Michael?
Big jump. Just look the screen.
That looks to be the exact same files.
Does.
I don't like troubleshooting stream when we're trying to figure this stuff out because it's so boring.
I'm excited.
No, because I'm not even downloading it until I can verify. If I could find those exact same textures there, then it still doesn't work.
Yeah.
By adding the textures to the folder, it doesn't change anything.
Yeah, I know.
See items, see live baguette. I do not see them in this folder.
It's weird.
Did you move them?
Did I move them out of your folder?
Yeah.
No. Maybe you deleted them.
Oh, the sandwich is right there.
Yes, but you loaded it previously.
No, the textures are called C sub sandwich. Mm-hmm. No, the C sub sandwich is here.
Where's the baguette?
Why'd you call it baguette?
I didn't. It was already that.
No, that's not what the original was called. Original was called C sub
But
sandwich.
this one's called baguette.
You went into the raw files. It gave
I
you a
don't
different
even
name.
know what a baguette is. It's a sandwich, I assume.
It's bread.
Yeah, well, that's great.
So the texture is technically this one. And so by doing such, to save memory, you're requiring me to have 2 copies of the texture now.
Temporary.
You renamed the textures based on the internal filings, not what the original texture was. The reason it worked for you is because when you exported it, it came with textures.
These are all fair points that you are making.
All right, here, there. I'm just going to take up another library spot for the same
You were
textures.
saying that it's megabytes before, and now you're like, no, my memory.
Because it's the exact same texture.
It's a little different. It's not different at all. That was a lie.
Nope, I got to make a copy of it for nothing. I got to restart the software because I can't reload textures like that. Like that.
You were turning into a cartoon there for a moment. It was fascinating. Turning into the dumb guy from the.
You call me a dumb guy?
Well, you were the dumb guy.
You called me a dumb guy.
from the Bugs
You just
Bunny
called me a dumb
cartoons.
guy.
The guy from the Bugs Bunny cartoons who was always with the tiny little mobster dude. He was like, "Duh, okay, boss." Is that guy?
I just realized I never turned on the lights back there.
Hey there. Dude, you're going to eat that sandwich. Why it's still not working? It's working. It's working.
But loading. Michael, she's not going to eat the whole sandwich.
Yeah, she might need to eat the whole sandwich.
No, you made her so she's going to eat the whole sandwich.
She's gonna eat the whole. She's a horse.
No, she's not. No, because holding wise, she was going to take bites of the sandwich. This is not the whole sandwich.
See, this is why we're doing some workshopping.
Like I can, because I can definitely tell.
Or the bites are going to be taken. Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't
no.
work.
No, like feed her the sandwich. I want to watch her eat it.
No, I haven't even done the animation for it yet. Why'd you put these on separate groups?
No, they're all in sandwich. It was the only way to do it so that you could do one at a time or have them all at the same time.
Why would I need them? Why would I need individual pieces?
What if you want to take a center? She wants to eat out this centerpiece.
That's not what I need.
No, I can't. If I want you to have the whole sandwich to start and then to take pieces off, that's how I had to organize it. That was the only way. It works.
I thought you meant that you're going to have the whole bit with one piece taken out as a model. Why have 5 pieces when you can then just make a larger version of the same sandwich with one piece taken out and then take out one piece?
One model where you can take out pieces.
But I don't need. That's not. You're thinking about it being more versatile. I don't need that. Instead, the lighting's broken.
You can take pieces off the sandwich.
That's not what I need, though. Why did you not ask me before you did things?
2 different models then. One with the piece and one without.
No, I said I needed 4 different models.
Okay.
One full and then one with each one bite, 2 bite, 3 bite.
This is why we're doing this now.
But why didn't you talk to me beforehand?
I did, and I thought this is what you wanted.
No, I did. I know you did.
Like, well, you make the pieces disappear. It's very nifty. See? Mm-hmm. Big old bite on that sandwich.
That's not a bite. That is a cut.
A big old straight face bite. That's for stallions to eat. With their straight faces. Come on, you gotta be a little impressed. We're savage.
Okay, and so you can now put pieces. Neat. Okay, so the only way I could see having a reason for it to be separated is if I could slice each with a different bone, but I can't, which means there is no point in having them separated like this.
You can take bites.
But why would she have to do it like this?
Does this seem like the most simple way of doing it?
No, instead it breaks the lighting. Because Fong, SSAO looks at edges of the model and says, how should lighting be done? By separating them into individual models, you break the lighting.
Noted. I will fix it.
And it needs to be a bite, not literally a knife.
I will create 4 completely separate models.
But I don't even, she can't eat I'm talking about like she eats like a couple bites at the end of the sandwich and still has like half a sandwich left. Because then I don't have
2 bites. So 3 models.
4. 3 bites. One bite, 2 bite, 3 bite, and then the model of the full sandwich.
Okay. And how much of the sandwich should she eat? Like half the sandwich?
Yeah, up to half.
Okay.
Each bite just removes up to whatever is about the half. Because if I have her eat the whole sandwich, I have to have her plowing in that much, and every bite has to remove that much, and that'd be so much sandwich, so much, that you would definitely see those parts disappearing.
When I was working at my last job, I used to get a foot-long sandwich at Subway. Cleared it out in like 5 minutes.
but you're saying you need to make it look like when you're taking the bite that they disappear. This much, I would have to shove the sandwich with this much that far into her mouth. No, because of that, you already told me to not have her deep throat a sandwich, and now you're saying deep throat the sandwich.
I didn't say not to deep throat the sandwich.
I feel like you're trying to make me have her deep throat a sandwich.
All right.
Because that is that is not a bite, Michael.
That is a bite.
That is
a horse bite.
That is the meal for a teenager.
I was a teenager.
It's an entire tomato. Why? If you can eat an entire tomato in a single bite.
She's a horse. Did you not see how big her mouth is?
Michael.
Eat her the sandwich. I made this for you.
Michael.
See that sandwich what's in there. It's like,
I know, but that's what I'm saying. You should tell me what it is you're doing before you go the whole part.
Okay, that's fine. I'll fix it next time.
Man, I wish I could yell at my commissioner artist like this. Oh no, I would never yell at a commissioner artist like this, but it's Michael. Because he says he would do it. And I gave him exactly what I needed. I said, make some little bite marks out of it.
Mind.
And I said, put bite marks in it. And I said, there needs to be 4 models. 4 versions in the model. Instead, you gave me 5 individual pieces of a flat cut sandwich. That's exactly what I said not to do. Michael apparently
I will fix it.
Doesn't chew. He just cuts the sandwich and then he's like a penguin eating a fish.
I know exactly.
He shoves it all the way down his throat. He gets like a like a plunger at the back of it. He shoves it down his throat.
So you know what? I know exactly how to do what you want now because I worked out in my brain.
No, how about you do one little bit of it and then send me a picture?
Okay, I'll do all of it and then I'll send you.
No, send me
You need to look at the cage.
So the sub version is going to be a while. I don't actually want to start this until I'm better feeling I know what you're doing.
You can work on the other video.
Maybe. Oh, hello, Cowgirl. I must have missed that. I was looking at names. I just look at the text. But hello.
You missed a cowgirl. He was hitting me with a stick and saying, "Do it again."
Earlier, we were talking about ponies on Pornhub, and then here we are with Derpy with a giant phallic sandwich in front of her face.
This is why ponies don't talk about mayonnaise.
Oh, you know what? I know what we can do.
You know, it actually took me a while to get the mayonnaise joke from G5. You know why it's a joke? Why mayonnaise specifically? Mayonnaise. Get it?
Is that for the real reason, or that's the reason?
Mayonnaise. Come on, that is a.
Is that what they say?
Horse joke. It's clear. It's a pun, and it cannot persist.
Is that the reason?
It has to be.
No, then what you're saying is I made up a reason.
No, that's got mayonnaise. Get it?
Okay.
Because they're horses, so they neigh, and they're mares.
What about the other words?
What other words?
Magic.
Oh, that's because it's got the unicorns. Don't talk about unicorns.
So what about stallions?
Don't talk about them.
I mean, like, why don't they have a pun?
Stallions suck.
Why don't they just call it Miracle Whip?
Because Miracle Whip and mayonnaise are two different things.
Yeah, I know, but they could have called it that.
They could have.
They could have come up with other words.
They would get sued.
Also, they live in trees. Yeah. Where do they manufacture mayonnaise?
Mayonnaise is easy. It's just vinegar, lemon juice, and egg. What?
Eggs or meat?
No, they eat eggs. They're vegetarian. They're not vegan.
So an omelet's perfectly fine?
Yeah.
So, like, even though it's an unborn child?
It's not unborn.
It's illegal in the U.S. now, Michael.
Wait,
IVF is gone.
Oh no. No, they imply pretty heavily that the ponies drink milk and eat eggs. They're not vegan. They're vegetarian.
Wait, so they can eat fish?
No. That was one fan fiction I read. Pegasus.
No, vegetarians, I think sometimes
fish are animals.
Shrimp?
That's an animal.
Okay.
Yeah.
But an egg isn't.
No.
Okay, so you can eat fish.
Alive.
So escargot.
That is an animal. That is a snail.
What about the fish eggs?
That's fine, I guess.
So they can eat that caviar? Is that caviar?
Caviar, yeah. That's
so they can eat as much caviar as they want.
Because it's not alive.
At what point is it no longer eating the egg? So, like, if they crack open the egg and the baby's kind of moving around,
then they got fertilized at some point. That's a completely different thing.
You can eat a fish egg. Alpacas? Yeah, they're not animals.
Cannot eat alpacas. Axe's screaming, no, please don't eat me. It's okay. You're a vegetable. Yeah. Pretty sure alpacas are a type of vegetable.
I just remember when like, what was it? Markiplier did that whole Pokemon thing with like the smash or pass.
Yeah,
it's like that with vegetable or meat. Like if alpaca comes up,
which Pokemon can ponies eat?
That's edible. Yes, or vegetarian.
Yes, it's like I'll eat that tree. Delicious looking tree right there. It screams.
Horses eat birds. Burbs, it's fine. Yeah.
Thanks to the memes.
If they're injured on the ground.
Yeah. No, I did see a few.
They also murder turtles.
Yeah. Then stop the heck out of that turtle.
Oh wait, no. So I did realize we were gonna make little derp. So we have big derp. Mm-hmm. So the idea is we make little derp.
You gonna give her a sandwich?
No. But the idea what for little derp was we have big derp that's like big on the screen, but little derp is something that maybe lasts a little longer. That's fine. But something that is tiny. So if this was the screen, like this full size of the screen, that she was like that. She was little derp, and she comes on, and she like, can we do little Derby a pip buck? Little Derby a pip buck? Probably not.
No. You want her to walk across the whole screen?
So the idea was, okay, so we can have her run, walk, something.
Okay.
The problem I'm gonna have is that doing something small like that takes up a large amount of time, especially crossing the whole screen. File size is going to be huge.
Yeah.
Because no matter it's lossless, so no matter what I do, if it's blank or not, it's not compressed because it needs to maintain the transparency. So if I have her down here, I cannot have her like suddenly come up and take up a large part of the screen, because then I have to keep this video huge. If she walks across like this whole bottom for like say 30 seconds, that file size is going to be huge if I have to make it the full files. If I can just keep it to like this tiny little line across the bottom, that's significantly smaller.
Is it too much to ask for Dinky to be riding on her back, leading her mom forward with a carrot on a stick?
No.
Oh. Like Minecraft style.
We could. We could have little dirt pop up over here, and then like put a muffin in the middle, and she like runs over to get the muffin, and then like grabs it or something.
Yes. Tackles the muffin.
I could put the muffin over here. The problem with that is if there's too much going on, my other concern with having it take up the whole screen is that there are some times where I put things on this part of the screen and it might get in the way of it. Or do we just put little derp down there doing a dance and just leave her down there for a while? Like say for like, this could be one of the first times that we separate cues. What if I do little derp? She's like right smack dab in the middle, maybe a little bigger. We'll put her like that big. And she's just doing the happy dance. And does it for like a minute.
Okay.
So then I can keep it on a separate cue. So everything else in the corner still goes like normal and she just keeps dancing.
Okay.
Does that do you like that?
Yeah.
Because then you get a full like minute of derp.
Yeah.
But then I like it because like I didn't want to have like big derp taking up the screen for a huge amount of time because that's interrupting things. Little derp would be out of the way, but then would last a lot longer.
Maybe she should be doing something like
small derp horde. That sounds like a lot of work.
Like the dance from Dancing in the Rain, where she has like a light pole, right? And she's just dancing around the light pole.
Michael, that's lewd.
Darn it! Why can't I get you to
having little derp dancing would it'd be the quickest and easiest to set up. And then by having it be a long thing, it would make the most sense. What about the leg spin thing? Oh, her bouncing across the bottom.
No smooching.
Would Michael want her to break her legs constantly?
I mean, it is pretty disturbing.
You could have a bunch of little derps pop up, but I feel like that would actually be better. We could do a Luna's banishment redeem then derpies? Instead, like have no derpies, but have a bunch of Lunas pop up or something, or like Celestias, and we could probably do one and then actually have that take up a larger portion of the screen. That I'm okay with. If it's going to last a long time, I want it to be kind of small.
If you did the Dancing in the Rain one though, you'd be very cultured. Saying there's a bit of culture in you.
Okay, we're gonna probably do this one.
Dancing in the rain, dancing in the rain. Oh, what a wonderful feeling.
And just a reminder, this happiness, I was like, this is not mine. The guy that originally did this went by the name Dick Justice at the time, but his name,
Amazing.
I don't know what he goes by anymore, or he or she, I can't remember. I think they had a thing, but I haven't talked to them in years. They're the one that did all the lip syncing for Destiny. I didn't want to do it.
It's a good video.
Big derp to a little derp. If they're dancing, it kind of could be there. Oh, hold on. I need to see something. I need to see Big Derp for a sec.
Okay, let's look at gold. Picture.
Okay, yes. If Little Derp was at the middle, it'd be like she's looking for bait Little Derp.
We gotta find her.
Yeah.
Oh, remain escaping.
Yeah, that's a little bit of that's getting into like a One Piece smile.
My goodness, this thing says 2015 on it.
Yeah.
8 years ago. No,
He's
9 years
looking at
ago.
a coaster. He's just talking about things that he's not showing.
No, like this is 9 years ago. This Fallout.
You know where I got that?
A PonyCon? Where?
I don't think they do those anymore. Loot box.
Oh,
I did the Fallout loot box. I got a Fallout backpack. The coasters are my favorite part, probably.
is that Fallout 4? How old is Fallout 4?
To the early 2010s.
Is it really that old?
Yeah.
Oh, don't do this to me. It's a brand new game. It just came out.
2015. So yeah, it's been out for 9 years.
That was probably a promo thing.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it came with it was a backpack that I never used. It came with a sweatshirt that Mitch actually got the same loot box, I believe, and used that. He used to wear it for a while. That was the kind of thing he always wore.
Okay. Yeah, he did wear that for a while.
And I had mine, but I never really wore mine. The coasters were my favorite part. It came with a couple pins and some other things. No, loot box used to be kind of cool. It was like, do you like this one game or this one theme? Get the loot box, and I got a couple of them.
Isn't the series
Fallout and
supposed to be
something
coming out
else.
soon?
The Fallout,
It's supposed to
April.
be
It's
real
next month.
Next
actually.
month. Ooh, I'm really looking forward to that. Mainly because they said we're supposed to treat it as Fallout 5. We are supposed to treat the story in the series as Fallout 5.
The one thing I appreciated the most about it was there's some complaints about the camera work, and it's not the best camera work, but they did more practical effects than I thought they would. Like the whole power suits, they're actual power suits. Like, I gotta give them props on that. And some of it looks a little cheesy, but it has to, because like the bright colors of the vault and stuff, there's some parts of it that do look cheesy.
Yeah.
And it's 50s, so it already kind of looks cheesy. Like, I think the cheesiness helps the aesthetic. So
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. But
I'm very much looking
what was
forward to it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, April 12th, so it actually comes out in 2 weeks.
Oh,
Yeah, two
I
and a half.
haven't been this excited for a series in a long time. If I'm disappointed by it, I will cry.
I'm not excited,
I'm excited.
but I have hope that they did it well.
Yes. Because if they're actually saying this is supposed to be Fallout 5 and that all the lore in the series is like not 76 lore where they just do whatever, but actual proper lore, I'm excited.
Yeah, I am hopeful that they do it correctly, but I am also not gonna hold my breath too much. Actually, you know what? What am I doing?
I need a win, and this needs to be a happiness win.
Like, so we are in a day now where, I mean, I feel like gaming, television, and movies are like this, where every now and then a gem comes out and it just makes people make a ton of them and they all suck.
Yeah.
But Last of Us was good. The Super Mario movie.
Okay.
For how as big an IP that is, I thought they did a really good job.
It was okay.
I thought it was for what my expectations being well below the bar and it going above the bar. I consider that good.
I like the original better. It's more fun.
It's live action.
It's
yes.
so stupid. It's fun.
It is. But what are some other game TV shows that have come out recently?
I mean, Cowboy Bebop was such a huge failure. That wasn't game. That was anime,
but there were portions of it they did right, and I had never liked saying this is bad because there are parts of it that work out.
Yeah,
especially since
hurts more.
The actors do what they can to make it work, and I felt that those actors did an excellent job.
The actors did a great job. The people,
the casting was great. The set design was pretty good.
Spot on.
It was the story that sucked.
Yes.
When that should be the number one.
Which should have been the easiest thing because it was already written.
It
was already written.
Yeah, I know, but
strangle someone.
I can understand that they want to kind of give it a little bit of its own life, but because otherwise, yeah. The Five Nights at Freddy's, was that actually good though? Like I'm not a fan of that stuff.
I want to see the Nick Cage one.
The Nick Cage one.
Yeah, the one that's not called Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, it's Five Nights at Freddy-esque.
Yes, it's basically. Oh, it's been out for a while.
No, I've heard the Five Nights at Freddy's movie was good, which again, my bar for television and movies that are based on video games is always below the bar. I always expect to be disappointed. Sonic was good.
Yeah, but only because Tim Curry. Oh, sorry, Jim Carrey. I have Tim Curry on the brain. I'm sorry.
Okay, yes. If it wasn't for Jim Carrey,
it would have sucked.
It would have been
Yeah, it would have been very
with Jim Carrey.
Yes, that's why they had, even though he didn't want to do the third one, they pulled him back to do the third one because it's hopeless without him.
Matt Pat being brought on there, and I think Markiplier was originally asked to be, but then he wasn't able to. That I think was super cool because it's involving the community in a cool way that you can never say is a bad thing. I think that's super, super cool. Are you guys looking forward to the Sonic 3 movie? The Knuckles show, I am hesitant on because of how streaming stuff works. The movie, as long as Tim Curry is in it,
yes,
I will be fine with it. I will very much enjoy it.
I'm really hoping that in the third movie, Jim Carrey's character gets the gut. That he just goes super depressed and he's just cramming ding dongs. And because Eggman is like shaped like an egg because he's got tiny thin legs and a big gut. And like in the second movie, he got the mustache, which was crazy. I want the third one, him just being like,
I'm okay that he wasn't chonky,
but I want
because his personality, and I'm not saying his personality was spot on to Eggman.
Yeah,
it was just fun.
But in the first movie, he didn't look like Eggman. In the second movie, he started pushing that direction, and I want him to keep pushing that direction.
No, I don't want him to be chonk. I want him to be just. I want him to be himself. I want him to just be his thing.
I want him back in the Grinch suit, but without the green.
No, what I thought there were some other game ones that came out recently. What are some other ones that came out in the last couple of years, like Sonic movie or TV? Because I named a good amount of them. There's been a lot of book stories that are amazing that have been transitioned to TV, and I've been really liking seeing that because it is something that has a solid story, a good story, as long as they don't destroy it. Like Expanse was good. We're so far enjoying the 3-body problem.
Yeah, no, it's a little. I haven't past the first couple episodes.
I am seeing by starting the third book that some of the characters that are in the series now are actually basically from the third book. They just, the third book goes back a little bit, and they're just merging it all in a little bit. Uncharted. How was the Uncharted movies? I heard they were okay.
I never played the Uncharted games.
No, movies or TV, it doesn't matter to me as to whether it's cinema. Anything cinema that comes from a game. White Fang? Is that a show a show that came from a game? The whole bad looking Sonic, I feel, was yeah. I feel like it was a marketing ploy, but that feels like a 4D chess thing. And anytime people bring up 4D chess, it usually means, no.
I think 3D models are not hard to replace. You make the new model, you just say, you plop it in, and then they're all replaced. It's not a hard thing to do. I think they just got such bad press. They're like, let's change the model. And the fact they brought the crap Sonic into the Chip and Dale's movie, I think that was genius.
But that was not. They probably purchased the IP, kind of. I don't know if that actually. So there's the whole thing of like, if you change it by 30%, and I feel like that Sonic was actually 30% different from the regular Sonic. It's like his name is Sorna.
Hey, look, it's ugly Sonic. The Chip and Dale's movie was something special.
The Chip and Dale's movie was surprisingly good.
It's the closest we've ever gotten to a spiritual successor to Who Framed Roger Rabbit. And it did have Roger Rabbit. I'd say that's the closest. There was one other movie that kind of pushes into that realm, but that was it. And the ponies were in it for like 3 seconds. And they put it in the promo material. And what was in the promo material was everything. So, it's a little disappointing. In my brain, I was hoping they'd go on a magical adventure with Chip and Dale and we would have voiced characters, but no.
No.
They tricked me.
Riffing's a book. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm really liking that. Like, that's where, before like Three Body Problem came out, I saw a YouTuber I know brought up one aspect of it and mentioned the book. I'm like, I actually been looking for a book to read. There's a Netflix series coming out. Perfect. I'll take advantage of it. So I picked up the 3 books, which is a good thing I did, because as soon as that series came out, they're gone. Like the middle book is gone, already sold out. So I'm glad I got it when I did. I like reading the book, getting those kind of details, and then seeing it come to life on television compared to the other way around. Expanse, I did that. Expanse, so I think I watched season 1 of Expanse, then read the books, and then watched all the rest of Expanse. I like being able to do that, so I got super excited when I was like, oh, this is like a sci-fi book to read. So I read I'm on book 3 of the Three Body Problem, and then we're watching through the TV series. There's like a weird little like glitch there, so I fixed that for Derpy. Okay, so is that kind of what you would want for Derpy to dance with? She just like dances in the bottom like that?
Yeah, that's a cute dance, and it's a cute horse, so yeah.
I want to try to make it look like she's bouncing on the bottom of...
I could never get into the Percy Jackson movies. My dad, he loved the first one. Like, he would watch, I think he watched it over and over again. I just thought it was like, it felt to me like a B film version of Harry Potter. But that's just me. I don't know. It
was kind of it's a preteen type fantasy story
with magic and
stuff. So I can understand. It's a very popular series. I believe one of my nephews was very into the Percy Jackson books for a while. But whether or not a book is popular doesn't really mean that the series is going to be popular too. Because definitely when other people get involved and start dictating how things should go. Like the one thing I learned about the Three Body Problem was, you know, that part in the bar at the beginning of the movie where they're talking and they talk about their job. The guy comes by and asks like to do karaoke.
Yeah, right before she sees the numbers.
They fully had the whole series done and then realized that they really didn't have a good way to introduce the characters. So they delayed release for 6 months or something so that they could film that one scene.
Just get everybody back together.
Because they could describe what their jobs were, what they did, start the numbers thing. It basically was to provide a connection to everything else. So they literally delayed it from mid 2023 to now just so that they could do that.
Yeah.
Which shows Netflix giving some flexibility.
Yeah, that's money.
Yeah, that's money. Time is money.
Money and time, yeah.
Yeah, if you guys like a sci-fi, I do recommend The Expanse if you haven't... you've never read that one. I picked up all the books, watched all the series, though it's kind of sad that they are never going to finish the series. That at least they thankfully for Expanse, they didn't try to rewrite the story to end it. They found the actual book series is 9 books, and it's every 3 books is kind of like each book is its own story, but every 3 is kind of a main portion of the story. And they ended it at the end of book 6, where the next 3 are really good, but at least they left it open. They actually even portrayed and had an actor for a character that's never going to be shown without more of the series and stuff. So they actually left it open for continuation, not just artificially ending it. So I'm happy about that.
I'm still hoping they can fix G5 Newfound Brony. I want them to fix it, but at this point, I think they need money that they don't have. Hasbro.
G6?
G5.
They said G6.
I thought I said G5. I don't know. Maybe I said G6. Maybe I'm already looking towards the future. Like, we're just gonna have to throw
cancel those mares.
We're gonna have to throw the horses into the pile and start again. Because G5 had a lot of good premises. They just fell on his face. Silly horse face.
There's the repeating point.
Oof. I was just curious.
There it is.
Yeah, when G4 ended, Hasbro's stock was 118.
It wasn't G4.
No, right when G4 ended. No, it was a mix of G4 ending, because you can actually see when the G5 movie came out, the stock actually rebounded. It might have not been that alone.
I think that's correlation, not causation.
Maybe, but looky here.
But when it ended, they did a bunch of layoffs, and people like
huge
layoffs.
rise.
Yeah.
That's the start of G4.
Is it because of G4?
It was half of their profits. G4 was half their profits.
But that was something new. You can't keep it going forever. You have to still expand and find things. The audience itself was already dwindling in terms of the brony side of things. They probably weren't making near as much money by the end. How much of their profits were at the end of or mid-season 9?
Mid-season 9, that would have been what, 2018?
Yeah, so how much of their profits was it then? Because you can't look at the peak and say that is what you should maintain.
But this drop off is when G4 ended, and the bounce up is when did G5 started. 2019.
COVID.
Yeah, how's COVID? Maybe. Also, the CEO died.
Yeah, that's a lot of things. You can't say no horse.
But it rose because of horse, and then dropped when horse ended.
But also, the thousands of people dying.
Well, I gotta show you Mattel. They did fine. They burst through freaking COVID. They didn't care.
But they didn't have. They had Paw Patrol.
No, that's Viacom.
I thought it was Mattel.
No, Mattel has Barbie.
Oh, well, they had Barbie.
Yeah, they do have Barbie. Point is, they didn't F up by canceling horse. No, like the stock bounces back right as G5 comes out, and then it kind of steadies and then drops off again when the series starts. Like, you can almost pinpoint when horse things happen.
It's not
just by looking at Hasbro stock.
I'm pretty sure that the investors who are not bronies are going to look at something and say, oh, well, they're moving from generation 4 to generation 5. They're not going to immediately say, well, that's not going to be a good thing because there's no Rainbow Dash.
No, they're looking at the show that was lightning in a bottle and made tons of profit.
Yeah, and then they were going to say, now we're going to release a new show that's an upgrade or a potential continuation within that same universe.
It's like if Paramount's only real thing was Star Trek, and then Star Trek Next Gen ended.
What else do they have?
They got lots of stuff.
You can't even name one.
They got stuff.
Yeah, so you just proved the point. That's all they have.
Paramount has other things. I'm just saying, if Star Trek was the only thing Paramount had, and Star Trek Next Generation ended, then the stock's gonna fall.
But it didn't end. It's like if Star Trek ended and then they said, now we're going to do new Star Trek.
Yeah, but they didn't do that here. There was
No, they did. It was Gen 5. They made the movie.
Yeah,
and then they said it's under
eventually.
development.
Yeah, but nobody knew what it was going to be or if it was going to be any good.
Yeah, but the investors don't care. They
And
know
then
it's
it
coming.
came out, it was good, and investors got excited.
Also, you know, people were dying.
Again, Mattel didn't seem to care.
Mattel probably
I can
came
show
out
you
with different
Mattel
things, and you can't just look at other people.
That's like a direct competitor.
Look at that one company that made the euthanasia drug. They were doing excellent during this. Why can't
It's a direct competitor to Hasbro.
I don't think Mattel would say that. They would say that they're working both to try to increase the enjoyment of the child within America or something.
And me. Still gotta watch the Barbie movie.
Derby is not going to be this big in the final.
Bigger.
It's more of, if I'm not going to have her doing too much else outside of this, I'd rather have the original render be a little larger and then shrink it down. It's just easier to play with. Wait, why are you not? Well, Derby died.
Derby.
Okay, now she's alive. Okay, so Derpy's dancing. Do you like Derpy dancing?
I do like Derby dancing.
Okay, well, if you don't say that I'm right and you're wrong, she's going to set on fire.
Stop threatening me with cute horses.
Oh, I guess put her down a little bit. I'll have to play with the man a little bit to make that work better. All right, so we got Lil Derp. How small will Derp be in the final though? Probably. I'm gonna say probably like that. In terms of the screen size, maybe a little smaller. Okay, so she dances.
Dance. I still got that stuck in my head.
And I can have some little music play while she's dancing too. Like I'll have something going that she's like dancing the music the whole time, the whole like 30 seconds.
I always like every time somebody says she's dancing, I always get the words "she's dancing." You know what that's from? It's Dex.
Oh yeah,
I stuck that in my head.
Well, anything that's like that's Dex.
Yeah,
It's a family show.
I don't know what he said that like one time and it crammed itself into my head forever.
Well, the family show is where I get that sound from.
Family show. That's just the thing he did. Yeah.
My Little Pony. It's a family show.
In Ohio now. Far away.
Okay, so do we have Derpy Butt?
But
We have like multiple Derpies?
you should fill the whole screen.
Because we can do like
It's good. This is improvement.
the little Derpies.
Yes. I'm gonna go. We're so excited. I just can't hide it.
So do you want one little Derpy, or do you want lots of little Derpies?
Lots of derbies. More than 10.
More than exponential.
More.
I'm one. You know what? I might try to. Oh. I don't think my computer will like it. So I was originally thinking about trying to find ways to make incremental things, so that you could redeem one thing, but then if you redeemed one while that one is going, it would play a second one. You get two of them going next to each other, and then as one wear off, it would just reduce it back down to the 1. And it would keep going like that. So like if you got up to 5 redeems in a very short period of time, you'd have 5 derpies. But then when the first one went away, it would reduce it down to 4, then 3, then 2, then 1, type thing. This might be one of those occasions that works with that, because from a memory perspective, it'd be pretty easy, because all I'd really have to do is render. I'm gonna have to decrease this. Is basically just render this. Is Derpy just dancing? And then have that same video just like play at a different point next to each other. So memory wise, it would take up very little amount of memory. That might actually work. And then I can make it cheaper and then just make it so that I'd have to see how that works. I'm pretty sure I can make that work. I would just have to figure out some if, ands, and whatnot.
Buts.
Originally wanted to do that with the derpies that are like down there and the one that's over there, where if you did, I wanted to get rid of them completely, but then have it as a redeem instead. So then we could have 2, but then potentially more. Those ones though, if I did like something like that, they would last like probably whole stream. So like if somebody did a thing for them, it would just turn them on and they would be that way until the end of stream and then reset by next one. Just to give people options for stuff. Yeah, I think that might be the better way to do it. If I did that though, I need to go in here. This is already set to 3. Well, this says to 3. I need to set this to like 100. 300. 500.
6,000.
1,000. Okay, there we go. Now she's gone. No derpy.
Yeah, I'm bored now. My synapses, they stop firing.
Because there's no derpy?
There's no derpy. My mind is drifting to a place where derpies are. Oh, look, there's a derpy.
Okay. And then... Okay, and then 1,400. All right, so that makes it as tight as I can for lighting. I only do that because if she's going to be really, really small, that implies a very, very far distance. So I want to have her be very flat in that. There's a bunch of comparisons you can see out there about like why does a camera or why do they say the camera adds a few pounds? It's normally because they tend to be ever so slightly more zoomed in compared to normal life, like an 85 millimeter camera or something compared to a 50, which is normal eye sees, which means you're going to see a little bit more around the edges of a face, which makes you feel fatter.
Yeah, I'm only 165 pounds, so
I need to make Derpy look fat.
No,
165 pounds or kilos?
Yes, one of those.
There's a unit of measurement that Giz came up with yesterday. It was one of his like cow things that he has full of root beer barrels, the candies, and he goes, "Yeah, I have like one of that full." And I'm like, "Is that a new unit of measurement?"
One of that.
It's like the name of the cow. It's like I have 2.2 of that.
Of that fool.
I remember. I don't care that this is visible. I'm just gonna put her below the camera anyway. I'm definitely gonna have to poke at the. I got a couple minutes. Let's see if I can do that quick. So her cheeks are gonna. Oh, they're already locked. Oh, actually, are all the? Nope, they're not. Good. Technically, if this is a repeat, I don't even need to render the full 30 seconds. I technically only need to render. I only need to do a. That might actually come in handy. You can auto loop animations. I'm still gonna. Okay, I'm gonna do that on the side. It's gonna be a little complicated because if I fix like one part, I have to make sure it copies to everything, and I don't have the actual. Well, I think this is the cut for it. But I'm gonna play with that a little later. But okay, we have an idea for little derps. Well, is it gonna be called little derps, or should we call it something else, like dancing derps?
I like little derps.
Or because I want to make sure it's something that looks like it's an iterative thing. Like I'll probably put like little derps plus.
Okay.
So it's like, because that's C++, whatever stuff for iterating. Many derpies. No, I want to. So I'm probably gonna, any of those that I do where there's gonna be an incremental amount to add up. For one, there's big derp. She wants to, like, where is it? Where's the derpies?
I realize so much of this channel has just become the derpy channel with derpies and more derpies.
No, so I'll probably do 5 because I feel like 3 is normally the golden number, but at 3 you're only really adding 2 after a base, where 5 it feels like you actually have a decent amount that you can get up to. It feels like it's a larger bit, but if I do more than 5 it feels like it's a slog and a lot of things you have to do to get there. I think 5 is a nice little golden number for that. We'll see on that, but we're gonna be done on here then. That's
so
who is on right now?
we got the cowgirls, the hoovesies.
We did hoovesies and retro pretty recently. I think cowgirl's the one that we haven't done any time in the Voices of the Void. What is that? Oh, that looks like spooks. Okay.
I like spooks.
But probably had a cowgirl. They're doing art.
Yes.
That's both those are way better art than we've ever done. But anyways, we'll be back Friday to work on maybe sandwich.
Yes, we're gonna fix the sandwich. I'll get it fixed. I know exactly what I need to do.
You said that before, and then you went upstairs and you're like all confident, like
No, I went upstairs not knowing what I was doing.
Well, you did fix it. It was just broken from the beginning.
It was.
Yes. So, all right.
I don't know if that's how I describe it. It wasn't what you were necessarily looking for.
We'll be back on Friday. So say hi to the cowgirls.
Yeehaw to everyone, everywhere.
Yeehaw to everyone.
I like in my Final Fantasy VI, I have Applejack with the Dragoon thing. So she just, every fight, she just leaves the song. We're just like, yeehaw! She's just gone.
Thank you to Sir Edward for gifting sub to ZS3000 Shell Spin, Donnie the Dingo, Lunar Guardian, Stig Galactic, and Sussman 21. And thank you to Sunset for moderating and Sir Edward, though. Oh no, you're still here. Why are you not on the moderator list?
What?
Why are you not on there?
I don't know.
Did you pop in after I hit the button?
I think they just popped in. Oh, here's Sir Edward.
Let's go to his
Just here.
Yeah, I think I did. Did it just give it away?
Up the game, man.
Maybe. But anyways, stealth mode. That actually that could be it. Maybe. Anyways, we'll see you guys later. Bye bye.
All right, bye.